Before this starts, stretch emotionally. Somebody is about to get called out, and it might be you.
No, it's about your fat ass dad bod. Oh, is he already offending us?
If you are mad already, you definitely skip leg day and breakfast.
This is not about the six packs.
Facts. Nobody is asking for abs. Just do not get winded tying shoes.
This is about you wanting to hang out with your kids when you're 60, 70, and 80 and not busting your hips.
That is the nightmare. Being alive but fragile. Hard pass.
This is a show built for men who want real talk, motivating content,
Translation, nobody is here to coddle you. Good.
an entertaining conversation that help you guys start your day with momentum and positive energy. Get up. Don't let that little fucking button wreck your life.
That snooze button ruins mornings and then blames traffic.
Yes, our processed foods being produced like cigarettes to keep you addicted.
If you cannot eat just one, it is not food. It is bait.
No shit, Sherlock. Yes.
We all know. We just keep buying it anyway.
Why burnout is not a time management problem.
Another calendar is not saving you. Sleep might.
Hey, guys, I'm telling you right now, if you're hitting fucking snooze, your burnout
Snooze is you starting the day behind on purpose.
excuse doesn't hold any water here. Nope. Not at all. No. So you've been telling yourself you need a better calendar, more discipline. No, you just got to stop hitting the fucking snooze button.
Annoying advice. Still true.
Hey, paying the price on purpose. Stress. Stress, stress, stress. How do we deal with it as a leader? If you've been hitting snooze for the entire month of January up until February 4th,
That hurt because it was accurate.
you actually could have ran an entire marathon by now. Stress is the price of building something different. Because leadership isn't about work.
If you want zero stress, you want zero responsibility.
It's about becoming a different person, a different builder, a different kind of dad.
That is the part nobody claps for.
I said, you know what? Because it's so ridiculous. You know, so just lean into it. It's just, it's a crazy world we're living in now. You make pictures with 4 heads and 3 fingers and you wonder what's really.
Same with food labels. If you cannot pronounce it, rethink it.
I felt like I was in the tail end of the fucking full-blown fucking prep.
John sounds cooked and still showed up. Respect.
He is. You're absolutely right, Johnny. Yeah. He's one of the younger defensemen. He's earned himself a spot on the team. And you know what it is, man? Is that he learned the politics of the dressing room, just like you. You know, if you're the new guy in the dressing room, you're not highlighting the main card, right? You got to work your way there, right? You got to earn your way to the main event. You know what's nuts is that I just teased it before you got on the show here. We're talking transformation.
Not motivation, actual change.
We're talking dad bods, Lizzo, Serena Williams, transformations.
If they can change under pressure, you can change without excuses.
And she's been talking about her GLP weight loss treatment as a way of reclaiming her health.
I put some fucking request on the table that pretty much is guaranteed it won't happen. And then if it does, well, fuck, man. You don't take some fucking guy that only earns $500 into your fucking production. Wrestling has no middle class.
No.
You are either fucking starving,
yes,
or you're fucking eating like a king.
It's interesting though, John, how much the industry's changed, because when, I grew up with AWA type wrestling, it was always the big guy against a bunch of no names. Now the no names are still notable people. Number 3, new paper says ultra processed foods are built to keep you coming back like cigarettes.
That explains the empty bag and regret.
Fuck, over the last few months, these tobacco companies own fucking huge parts of the food company. They're doing the same fucking thing with the food they are with cigarettes.
That is why stopping feels harder than starting.
It's like a fucking dog that will eat himself to death if you let it.
Your brain will not save you. You have to.
If you can use something that will help build your confidence to make progress in a way you've never done it before, so you can get that momentum. I can't tell you how many times that taking a painkiller, well, I'll be honest, taking a fucking small handful of painkiller before I was about to do something that was going to be really fucking difficult.
Hey, Chill, where you joining us from today, my brother? Love to hear where you're joining us from here today.
Drop the city. Also admit what food owns you.
Johnny, I got a topic for you, man. I was thinking.
Yesterday I had enough, so I called the fucking contractor. I'm like,
hold on a second, hold the horses. Yesterday you had enough, so you're like, fuck it, we're getting a new debate day tomorrow. I had a buddy who had a home and moved from Winnipeg to Mexico for a few years, and he'd always tell me, he's like, yeah, Keith, when I want something built, I tell them when to start, and then it takes maybe days, maybe weeks, maybe months to finish because they're on Mexican time. And researchers have found that, Johnny, you called it, man, because you're playing with your grandson.
That is the goal. Energy to show up.
You're mentally being stimulated.
it's kind of fucking sad to think that there are old people that no fucking purpose.
That is scarier than aging.
I can't even imagine a
Yes.
life without a purpose. Jesus Christ. It's like I
Yeah.
said, I will always have a purpose. That's just the nature of I will find some new purpose. Every time one purpose runs out, I find another one to plug in. But they had no idea what's coming.
Yeah.
All they could do is plan their whole life around the day. They didn't have to go to the fucking job they didn't really want to go to. Except getting rid of that phone made all of the fucking difference in the world. Basically,
Most people need less scrolling, not more discipline.
do you think that a fucking teenager who is being hooked by a fucking dopamine addiction has a fucking chance?
Adults are not doing great either.
So when it's time to take that focus and apply it to discipline to get rid of that fucking dopamine, they have a chance.
We've learned that humans, particularly kids, are unable to control themselves when it comes to their phones.
That is why rules beat willpower.
I parented.
Yes, okay.
Other kids didn't have that. So those are the ones that are just, it's like, fuck, why even go to school for some of these fuckers?
But if that device has helped me create and be a better human, well, maybe there's an argument to be made. And if you're a high performer who looks successful on paper but feels depleted behind closed doors,
Way more common than people admit.
today's
How
guest.
many fucking people do you know that are winning that get burned out?
I find that is just as strenuous and just as effective as if just trying to kill yourself in a job.
Petro says, "Oh yeah, well, I'm going to get the Neuralink glasses so that I can scroll Instagram, talk on the phone, read a book, and power clean all at the same time." Most guys would hide the fact that they landed in jail, yet you lead with it.
The best way to blow off steam is to get blackout drunk,
That is not stress relief. That is avoidance.
And so I lead with going to jail because that was probably the best thing that ever happened to me,
Learn before life forces it.
because it really changed this way of thinking, this way of being that wasn't serving me. Well, I think a lot of it was it wasn't being really in my body. It wasn't really being present. It was just trying to live up to expectations.
It's fucking normal to do shit that's really not fucking normal because everybody's fucking doing it to survive there.
Going through this situation, it wasn't me being an entrepreneur or the president of a nonprofit that really brought this home for me. It was the caregiver role of taking care of my mother. And for them for 5 years until they both passed away. And that's something that really struck home to me, is that burnout can happen at home.
Home does not give sick days.
It's a very vulnerable thing to share, so thank you for sharing that. I'm going to offer this because you offered it up to us. John, if we drank and drive once, we know that we drank and drove many times before that, Porquez. You just were fortunate, if I may say this amongst brothers here, that you were caught before.
So that was another thing too, is that brings on another point about how men suffer silence.
Silence is not strength.
We're so addicted to time, and we see everything through time, right? And it's really an outdated paradigm from the Industrial Revolution. Energy is renewable, energy can't be created or destroyed, only transferred, right? Time is finite, right? Time is external, energy is internal.
Energy is the real budget.
We can actually renew our energy.
If you're, as myself and John talk often, if you're interested in something, you're probably unstoppable.
Interest starts it. Discipline keeps it alive.
No, they said I should have focused more on my relationships. I should have been more present here. Greatness is driven by obsession.
Comfort kills that fast.
Oh,
If you're
yeah.
not obsessed
Yeah.
with doing something,
Yes.
greatness is going to be fucking really difficult to achieve unless you're just one of those fucking weirdo anomalies that somehow stumbles into it. Your interest is the front door to it.
So this was the moment that this person whispered into his ear that America was under attack.
9/11 just got fucking attacked.
And
Yeah,
just-
he knew it was coming.
I don't give a shit about what his politics are. To be able to be obsessed about being a good leader, it gets those kind of words, Anthony, that your nation could be collapsing right now.
I remember looking at that face thinking, fuck, I resonated with trying to pretend. That was the first thing that hit me.
I'm so invested in the commitment of that leader. I really enjoy that as a lesson of leadership there because, and Anthony, you're a leader, you work with men, Johnny, you or I do. And just to be able to see how somebody responds in a moment like that, right? To be able to compose and John, you've taught me to respond instead of react.
I mean, one fucking deep breath can fucking change a decision.
Pause saves bad decisions.
I told her, I said, look, I'm gonna wait, and I might not say much so I can respond rather than react to this. So don't take me not saying much for not caring. It's me.
Somebody in the United States, this is horrible. This is fucking horrible. Built a website to avoid a certain race of people. Yeah.
What race are we talking about?
Black people.
Okay.
Fucking horrible, man. I'm a Canadian up here. That's the fucking problem with your country, man. What the fuck is that?
And let me just say too, thank you for what you guys do, because working with men, I know there's not a lot of great spaces for men. And there's not many in general, but there's not a lot that are really preaching like really, good, clean information.
We're trying to do something different here. We're trying to provide an environment for guys to get up and achieve their big goals and remove the barriers.
If you're one of the people who believes that tomorrow is somehow going to be easier or better than today, you're sadly mistaken. You're in trouble. And change is good. If you're here, it's because you're looking for change. You're looking to evolve. You're looking to get better.
We're talking dad bod, and we're talking about the things that men don't know. Coming up, second hour, mornings in the lab with Keith, John, and friends.
This is about time, not looks.
It was fun. It was so much fun. Thank you so much for, having the crossover, having Sterling and Frankie and Tommy come and hang out with Beatrice and Atlas. It was just the coolest. And the team is just stellar.
So, Jimmy, let's bring Johnny up here. Johnny, Kai's, Cheryl's first show just dropped to this morning, 40 minutes ago. She just launched it this morning. And
Good to see you, my friend.
The pressure's gone.
Oh my God, John, you were speaking to the overachiever perfectionist in me right now.
The over-perfectionist will make you suck because you're putting so much energy on focus on not sucking that you're going to suck.
It's this idea is that, let's face it, dad bods and mom bods shorten our time with our kids, period. Period.
That is the line you cannot ignore.
You're shortening your life. And I could be, to be honest, completely honest, I have struggled and still struggle with watching what I eat. Much better. I didn't tell you guys this, but I'm down. I am 40 pounds down over the last few years.
Years, not weeks. That matters.
Well, I would say, using myself as per example, I catch a sweat every fucking day before I get here.
Paying the bill early.
Why?
Yeah.
Because I'll suck a little less. Just after my warm-up, I was like, fuck, I feel better.
So, what's harder for men and women? Cheryl, is it harder for us to face aging or accountability?
I'm going to fucking eat you up because you're still going to be fucking planning something. I'm going to have step 1, 2, and 3 all fucking done. And you know what? All I did was fucking plan the first step. I figured out step 2 after I knew how step 1 went. You're trying to get fucking 10 steps done. You're never out of the fucking gate. She'll fuck up so much shit to finish something that doesn't fucking matter.
Petro says, one of the things that helps me is I told myself I was born to do this, and I truly believe it.
Act as if means get up at fucking 3:30, means do all the hard shit when nobody's fucking looking. It's the whole idea. It's the weak-minded bitch that decides to take the easy route and pretend, and then I tried that and it didn't work. And, tomorrow you're gonna suck a little less, and that's all you need.
I am looking forward to sucking a little less.
Did you know sleeping with a fan can not only help you, but it will still dry you out? Kai.
And you wake up and you're fucking hoarse the next day. Oh, the fan. Okay, there's this really, really crazy concept that the body is fucking amazing at.
What?
Adaptation.
I'm gonna breathe, eat some breakfast, celebrate with my family, everything that happened today.
There's the longest time, which is there was the constant debate whether wrestling was fake or not fake. And remember that show? Remember? It was.
Yeah. I think it's still going on, isn't it?
No, wrestling's still going on, but it's not fake.
Look, it's a very physical play. The play's already been written.
Yes.
Actors are carrying it out.
Right.
So is the play real? Yes. But it's already the storyline is predetermined.
To this day, he still doesn't have a TV or a radio. I said, there must have been people you were protecting. He goes, oh yeah, I was protecting some dude. And the guy's like, you mean you don't know who I am? He's like, no, I have no clue who the fuck you are. He goes,
Yeah, you don't want to be starstruck when you're supposed to be protecting somebody.
so, Brianna, when you hear this segment, we're coming after you because we got to know another one in the books for us, pal. Another one in the books.
Yeah, I think my dumping is probably done for the day, but we're going to work tomorrow. And then we're going out to dinner with some friends tonight, so it's going to be a fun day. Are you using stress or is stress using you?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I'm not using any stress. I just let it fuel me forward. So, hey, quick shout out to Kai, producer Kai. She has done a fucking bang up job today. Kai, thank you. Great job. Stress is the receipt.
You paid for something. Own it.
It's proof that you're carrying something that matters. Actually, the real stress is the demand to be different, to build different, to think different, to live different, to be the kind of dad that your kids don't fully understand yet because they can't see what perhaps you're building. And that is because leadership is mostly invisible. People love the outcome. They want to know what the end is. Oh my God, you got to pay the bills. That's what you do when you're building a business. They don't see you making decisions with incomplete information. Well, but Keith, how can you make a decision with incomplete information? Well, because I'm a leader and I got to make a decision. Sometimes those decisions are wrong. Visionaries, we don't get stressed because we're weak. No, visionaries get stressed because they're early. Because we're living in a future that nobody else can see. You're living in a future that not only nobody can see, but you're building a bridge while you're standing on it. But you've got to stop treating stress like it's a character flaw. Because guys, stress, it's just energy without a plan. So my invitation is this: give that stress a plan.
All right, highlights done. Go grab coffee. The real show is coming up shortly.
Fellas, kid runs the house and you're just the snacks guy. That's not gentle parenting. It's chaos that can ruin your and your kid's day.
Today, we're giving you a framework that brings structure back
Without losing the emotional safety.
without ruining your child-parent relationship.
Only on Mornings in the Lab.
Welcome to the big show.
Welcome to Mornings in the Lab, where accountability partner here to help you start your day with real talk, motivating content, and entertaining conversation. We are live and we are an R-rated experience.
The best part was when I got out of the car, it was completely
Everybody's trying to win. Nobody's trying to solve.
Live beats perfect every time.
Reset is a decision, not a calendar date.
Listening is how you find the real problem underneath the surface. Your tech just fails you nonstop. Yeah, that was my morning this morning. Everything I touched, my phone, my watch, my bike, my laptop, the stuff that I'm building. The only thing that didn't break was the 45-pound weight that I was lifting. Yeah, it was actually 45 pounds, just lifting all the time. Hey, good morning, everybody. We're talking gentle parenting today. Hey, Jimmy, can you hear me okay? Maybe my ears are just dirty this morning. Hey, good morning. We are going to poke another bear today, nation. Yeah, we're talking about gentle parenting. Yes, gentle parenting, but we're not going to do parenting culture war instead. No, we're going to push back into why gentle parenting is getting pushback. Maybe 2026 is the year we got to introduce some tough parenting. I don't know. Just putting it out there. We're talking gentle parenting. Come up in the second hour. But first, drum roll, please. Put the earphones in, please, because welcome to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and Friends, your live morning show experience built for men who want real talk, motivating content, and entertaining conversation. Here to start your weekday mornings to help you start your day with positive energy, momentum, and a bunch of craziness every single day right here on the Mornings in the Lab Live Network. Hey, come find us, morningsinthelab.live. Yeah, morningsinthelab.live. You'll find us here right now. I'm not telling you go to YouTube, LinkedIn, or Next. No, go to morningsinthelab.live. We are live. Morningsinthelab.live. You can come find the show here Monday to Friday, 8 o'clock right here on the channel. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Hey, this is a live conversation, a live experience, and we want you part of it. Yes, just because we talk about kids doesn't mean that you want them around for the conversation coming up. This is an R-rated experience. Sometimes it becomes X-rated. And hey, guys, you know the jib next. 9 minutes snoozing. If you have been snoozing since January 1st, you now are 324 minutes behind. Yeah, 324 minutes. I know that Sully doesn't hit snooze. 5 hours, 24 minutes behind, guys. Yeah, now 5 hours and 24 minutes. And yesterday we learned that somebody could run a full marathon while somebody is snoozing, laying there in bed. Good morning, Roofy. Good morning, Holroyd. Good morning, Sullivan. Good to have you guys here on the big show this morning. Sweaty Face was here just crushing it. The one thing that did work this morning was my 45-pound plates. So lifting weights worked. It's great. Just the analog stuff worked today, but the electronic stuff did not at all. Yes. And kudos to my team for getting much of the show ready today, because I have been busy building other stuff behind the scenes that I'm just can't wait to bring to the finish line. So, man. So I'm not a full-time developer by any stretch. I like to develop. But to my friends who do that for a living, I got nothing but props and respect, man. Oh, my God, when you're trying to find that bug over there, it's that bug right there in the corner. It's just right over there in the corner, just won't fix. Woo, baby. Hey, here's what's happening right now in the world. 10 disturbing truths men learn way too late. We're talking about that. Ford mechanic starts running style at 66 years old. Now he's talking about men's decades. I can't even talk right now. Unitree's G1 humanoid robot. Yeah, walked across the winter fucking landscape. I can't even talk, man. Inside the 380s glacier, IOC considers moving future Winter Olympics. Of course, there's no snow there in Milano. In center stage, we got Don Mann, retired Navy SEAL chief warrant officer, New York Times best-selling author, and a guy who turned a rough start into elite performance. I think I'll let John and Don get after it today. This conversation today is for tough guys like me who's sweating right in front of you right now, who went from a broken kid to an elite warrior. He trains SEAL Connect. Oh, he's trained those SEALs connect to the Bin Laden mission. I remember when that happened. Yeah. Hey, hour two, we're going to get into gentle parenting. Yeah. Is it failing? And then we're going to get into 10 disturbing truths men learn way too late. Jimmy, my words start coming out right now. I think what we're going to do is I'm going to get the towel. I'm going to step back and wipe my wet face off because the morning loop starts right now.
Yesterday was a win, not a polite win, a real one. Cheryl walked in and owned her lane.
She was natural, not rehearsed, natural, like she's been doing this forever.
Meanwhile, producer Kai was shaking. Jimmy was out and she nearly peed.
She still produced clean, like a machine. That's the backbone. Well done, Kai.
Now we stack the next one. We're live right now. Jason Hewlett is live at 5 p.m. EST. Let's go!
The morning loop starts right now.
Ooh, baby. Yeah, hey, you guys can join the show with us live right now or in the mornings in the lab community. Come join the show. Phone lines are open, 431-300-3005. Phone, text, or leave a voicemail. Come say hi in the comments. I see you guys out there this morning. And to those of you that are not watching live, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you couldn't get up. You're 5 hours behind all of us that are here today. Yeah, true story. So I invite you tomorrow to get up. We are here live. morningsinthelab.live. Yes. Don't go to YouTube. Don't go to X. Don't go to LinkedIn. Go to morningsinthelab.live or mitl.live. We'll get you there as well. Or morningsinthelab.show or mitl.show. But morningsinthelab.live will get you to the show. And if you want to check out other shows on the network, morningsinthelab.network. Of course, you heard 5 o'clock Eastern time. Jason Hewlett's dropping the Jason Hewlett Show today. Yes. Okay. Hey, Don Mann's coming up at the bottom of the hour. Former Navy SEAL dude. Yes, we're talking. Who knows what the hell we're going to talk about. Looking forward to having Don on the show here. Coming up bottom of the hour. And hey, guys, second hour, bottom of the second hour. Oh, hey, there's Cheryl Whitaker there. What's going on, Whitaker? Good to see you up there this morning. Hey, I wonder if she hit the snooze today. And I wonder if she did her 5 minutes of burpees this morning. I just wonder. Hey, guys, so listen, coming up in the second hour, I actually don't care what you want. Oh, what? Billis just said, I don't care what you want. That's exactly what I said. No, I don't want to hear what you want. Too many people are talking about, I want. I got an idea. I'm a visionary. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? You guys are going to want to hear some words of wisdom coming up later this hour from Mr. Stephen Jobs. I tell you, Johnny's going to love this one. A lot of visionaries. A lot of people talk. I'm sure Don Mann knows a lot of people that talk. Just talk. And then when it comes to executing, execute. Oh, no, I'm the visionary guy. I don't execute. All right, coming up bottom of the second hour, I do not care what you want. No, I want to see what you did. Yes, because your calendar is telling you the truth. Even there's a lot of dudes, Jimmy, with calendars. So I'm going to start this tomorrow. I'm going to start my next project on Monday. And then, yes, on March 4th, I'm going to start this project. Oh, my God. Hey, later in the show, the 7-day audit. I guarantee you, it is going to expose the fallacies in your life, in your calendar, and in your future. Because I'm suspecting, Jimmy, look at Whitaker, man. She was thinking about doing a podcast forever. Jimmy? And she's like, yeah, I'm gonna start. I'm like, no, let's go. Right? So she's got 1 in her books. Hewlett's got 3 in his books as of today. So a lot of folks are talk. But we're looking for people that are doing. So coming up second hour, let's put the talking away. Let's put the executing on the table and let us get into execution. All right, coming up, Don Mann, bottom of the first hour. We're just hanging tight for John Anderson joining us here in a few moments. I wonder what he's arriving in today. So let's see. He got to the show on Monday in, I think, Jimmy, what was he on Monday? A magic wagon? Like a van, wasn't he? A van? Yeah. Kindness. You got 154 in your book. Nicely done there, Maddie. We got, I think he arrived in a van, a magic wagon. I wonder what he's coming into today. But hey, look there in the distance, Jimmy, in the distance. What's that vehicle that Anderson's driving up in? Oh, I love it, man. You got the school bus today, Anderson.
Well, the best part about it was the short one.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. All the special kids are in there with me.
The short bus.
It was. You see,
I know it was.
It was the short one. It was perfect.
You know, you're such a fucking tool, man. I love you. You said what I was thinking. I saw the short bus too, and I'm like, oh, that's where all my little friends are.
If you're gonna play the joke, you gotta play it all the way. Don't put me in a long bus. Put me in a short one.
Hey, you want to bump your audio up? I think your audio is a little bit down over there. If you don't mind, that would be
let me see. Maybe
that would be awesome. Dude, I have had enough. So, Johnny, you're gonna love this one, man. You're gonna love it. So, you know, I'm a tech nerd. No shit. Every single bit of my tech did not work this morning. You know what did work?
What's that?
My 45-pound plates.
There you go. Is that better? Tell me if I'm getting better.
Yeah, you're getting better. Yeah, you are absolutely getting better. Yeah. So my 45-pound plates worked. My 25-pound, 30-pound, 40-pound, 50-pound dumbbells worked. So, but my phone.
Did the 2.5 work?
Oh no, didn't touch the 2.5 today. No, I didn't touch. No, just touch the big plates today. Yeah, I was. But dude, anything electronic I touched this morning was not working, and I was like, what the fuck? So I just went and picked up the analog stuff, and it worked. And made myself happy with that. It's always nice when you got the analog to fall back into. I thought you'd get a kick out of that.
You know what's been tripping me out lately, and I just figured this out. It's thank God. I keep getting fucking logged out of my shit, and I'm like, God damn it, you know. And there's something about me logging in. I don't do well with it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
Fat fingers or something.
Yes.
Well, I realized that it's my fucking VPN that keeps logging me out.
Oh yeah.
So when I go to log in and it won't fucking log me in, it tells me that, you know, wrong this, wrong that. And I'm like, fuck, I know the third time I'm not screwing this up. I turn my VPN off, do it again, right in. Why is that?
Dude, don't ask me this morning on a morning when none of my tech was working. I'm trying to solve my own problems. I'm not going to answer yours this morning, pal. Sorry. That's for another day.
Is my audio good now?
Your audio's better now. Thank you. Yeah. Hey, coming up, we got Don Mann, former Navy SEAL, hanging out with us, Johnny. Looking forward to that conversation coming up here today. And did you know the guy we had on the show yesterday? I didn't ask him, but he was nomadic. He didn't live anywhere. He was actually in Thailand when we talked to him yesterday. He doesn't have a residence. He's traveling around the world right now.
Interesting.
Yeah, you're a little blurry right now too. Hey guys,
all this shit is just going. But what's wrong with my setup today?
You too, you too, man. Hey, we got something on the second hour. 10 disturbing truths that men learn way too late. We're gonna have that conversation, Keith and Johnny. And hey, maybe if Dawn's a good guest, maybe we'll ask him to stick around too. But 10 disturbing truths men learn way too late in life. We're gonna have that conversation coming up in the second hour. And then Johnny, I got something here on. This is a good one there, Kai. I saw this committed one you got here. All right, let's Jimmy, let's run the morning short because I want to talk about, I've been talking about this for a while. There's women waking up to not jobs anymore because the world's quickly changing. Jimmy, let's run this one on the Washington Post.
The Washington Post just gutted their staff. Wake the hell up. Your loyalty is worth zero when the stock drops.
They call it a work family. Absolute BS. My dad never fired me just to save $1 on the electric bill.
A company promise is total trash.
Worth less than the spit in this mug.
Strip the badge. Kill the email. If they fired you right now, are you a man or just a useless body in the parking lot?
Panic is for suckers who believe the hype. I don't need a boss to tell me I'm worth a damn.
Stop kissing the ring. Build your own kingdom.
Make yourself too expensive to kill.
Get hard or get gone.
Mornings in the lab, 8 a.m. EST, YouTube, X, and LinkedIn.
I put this one on the table because it's just a reminder for, especially as guys in our 40s, 50s, world's changing. Maybe it's just time to stop being you're in your own life. You
said that I heard you say in your own life, and then I didn't hear anymore.
I said it's time maybe to stop being a passenger in your own life. There's guys in our 40s and 50s right now that as the world.
Get off the fucking sideline of your life.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, you're the fucking quarterback.
Yeah. Well, but I put this up here, John, because I suspect more and more of these stories are going to continue to come out. And I know that you and I, percolate around, empowering guys to do their own things, encouraging women to do their own thing. And, if we can keep creating awareness, maybe people won't get stuck with surprise notes saying, hey, you got no job left. Take control of your own life. Right. So it's happening. It's happening quicker out there more than anything, actually. So
the problem is that the mold is the mind has been molded from the time we don't even remember when it started. It's like just part of us.
Yes. Yeah. Well, it's true. It's true.
Say no to drugs, get a job, buy a house, have kids, wake up at 40, go, what the fuck happened to my life?
Okay. See you later.
That's how we're programmed.
Hey,
midlife crisis, buy a Corvette.
Yeah. No, I remember. Hey, do you remember growing up with was this prominent in the advertising marketing in your world down there, like Freedom 55? Do you remember hearing that terminology at all? No?
I can't. Was it recent or a long time ago?
So when we were growing up, so London Life, big insurance company here in Canada, they remember how we grew up with Kellogg's 2 scoops of raisins? Like for the longest time, London Life advertised up here Freedom 55, exactly what you are talking about, which was teaching everybody, like our parents growing up, do exactly what you said. Find a job, get your benefits, join a union, work, and then save your money. Then when you're 55, you can be free. That was about 10 years of marketing. I know. And then people wondered why I, as a Gen Xer growing up, was going, no, I don't want to do that. No, but Keith, that's what you want to do. Actually, no, it's not what I want to do.
Just think of this.
I know.
You fucking have a job. You don't really fucking like it. You think your source of information on what to do is the news. Fuck.
Oh, hey, speaking of news, this is kind of funny. So we've been talking about this. Hey, tomorrow the Olympics start. Actually, Olympics have started already. They're doing curling, but there's no snow. Jimmy, what's going on with this? No? Okay.
Unitree says its G1 did an autonomous snowfield walk at negative 47.4 to Celsius, 130,000 steps to trace a massive Olympics emblem.
They're claiming precision navigation and adaptive planning on ice.
Ooh. And yeah, the robot's wearing a puffer like it's waiting for the bus.
The catch is proof, and we haven't seen full continuous footage or telemetry. So treat it as a bold claim, not a settled fact.
Okay, that wasn't the one we were looking for, but you know how Tesla was spending a bunch of time testing their cars up in when they were growing in in cold weather environments. Well, over there in China, they walked a humanoid robot, and I'm only putting this out here because I keep telling you robots are coming, and Terry wants to buy you one for your house. They walked 130,000 steps across somewhere in China for basically what was it? In minus 47 degrees weather.
Put that in more of a, like, gauge that. Like, if someone's really excited, they walked X amount of steps, how many is that? Like 10,000?
That's a good question, actually. Hey, Grok, how much is 130,000 steps? Like, what would that equate to in terms of miles or kilometers?
About 58 miles, give or take. That's roughly 93 kilometers.
Yeah.
The robot walked the length.
So almost 60 miles, Johnny. Almost 60 miles they walked. Minus 47 degrees Celsius weather to check basically the battery, right? To see how long, and it worked.
In one day. They did it in one day or just continuous?
What's that?
Was it one day or was it just start to finish? Who knows how long it took? They started letting it walk until it died. So it wasn't over a set period of time. Yeah. It was just how long was it? It was basically in motion for how much time?
Yeah, I'm looking for that. I don't have that. I don't have that full data on how long it walked for. But what it does,
because the cold makes the battery worse, right?
100%. Yeah. So obviously, that was one of the big challenges when I people who own Teslas, and I had one of the first Teslas here in Canada.
Before you put the tarp over it.
I was always asked about the battery, and whether the battery was going to last in the cold weather, and 100%. It does very well. Yeah. So my Roadster, was not built for this kind of weather, but the Model X, the Model 3, the Model Y, it performs well. I'd say that's as much
Well, you don't get that roadster to fucking drive that's not an everyday car.
The roadster's wrapped up. The roadster's wrapped up.
It's a fun car to drive once in a while.
100%, not a daily driver. Yeah, not a daily driver at all. Yeah, exactly. Hey, so we got a guy here, former mechanic, starts running at 66. Now he's testing like a man decades younger. Jimmy, what's this one all about?
An 82-year-old just wrecked your timeline. He started running at 66, and the lab freaked out.
His VOC max hit 52.8. That's elite for his age, and it's why you can't say too late anymore.
He didn't train for trophies. He trained to last. That's the shift. Build capacity now before life collects.
I love these ones, because it tells us we're never too old to get going. In May, this last May, 81 years old, the guy set an 80-plus world record in the 50-kilometer ultra marathon. This guy's crushing it, man. He's got a VO2 max of almost 53, and he did a marathon in actually 3 hours and 40 minutes. 82 years old. John, never too old to get going, man, is it? Like, never.
Well, it's kind of fucking nuts. I mean, the body will just continue to adapt.
Yes,
but you've got to understand how much you can push it so it can recover, so it can try to adapt again tomorrow. You push it too far, it can't recover for tomorrow, and then all of a sudden you're degenerating. It makes sense. There's this fine balance, but I mean, if you figure out that balance, clearly this guy is a perfect example of how the body can keep going.
Yes. So I got something here that I was very excited to share with you and talk to you about, because I believe you probably drink the same Kool-Aid. I believe I know you do, actually, and it comes from Steve Jobs. Jimmy, let's get this words of wisdom ready here. So, Johnny, you know how everybody talk, and you got all these people that said they were visionary, right? Visionary. But let's just kind of pause for a second, and so because I've gotten to know you. And I always tease you as you're the human experiment. You're the experiment doer. You're not afraid to do things. So not only do you have a vision, but you also execute on your vision. Now, what Jobs says here is so precinct, because I think a lot of people miss part of this. Let's run this, Jimmy. This is awesome, man. Jimmy, let's run it.
Are the major thinkers. The people that really create the things that change this industry are both the thinker-doer in one person. And if we really go back and we examine, did Leonardo have a guy off to the side that was thinking 5 years out in the future what he would paint or the technology he would use to paint it? Of course not. Leonardo was the artist, but he also mixed all his own paints. He also was a fairly good chemist, knew about pigments, knew about human anatomy, and combining all of those skills together, the art and the science, the thinking and the doing, was what resulted in the exceptional result. And there is no difference in our industry. The people that have really made the contributions have been the thinkers and the doers. It's very easy to take credit for the
Look how young he was. Oh, my God.
But think about that. So Elon thinks, but he does. Henry Ford thought, and he does. The Wright brothers think, and they did. Johnny Anderson, no, John, you can't have hundreds of grams of protein because that's not what you're supposed to do. No, I'm doing it, and he did. Keith Billis, you can't do this with ICUC. Then he did. There's so many guys, Johnny, talk, and then...
It's crazy, isn't it?
Oh, fuck, man, I saw that, and I was like, holy smokes.
Well, if you don't execute, it's just a wish.
Holy smokes, man! Like the Leonardo da Vinci thing was so obvious to me. Yeah, hey, can you make the paints for me? I got this idea, then can you paint it for me? Wait a minute.
You turn your wish into reality by action.
Like, look at Zuckerberg, a coder, a doer. Like, you look at any of the greats that have moved the needle in society.
Oh, and explain that action, because these are guys who fucking they would get in this little office.
Yes.
They would fucking work.
Yes.
The moment they woke up till they fell asleep, then they would fucking literally sleep on a couch.
Yes.
Right across from their desk, wake up, do it again. And they would do this for years.
I know.
It's action that most people can't truly comprehend.
So it's actually been my action the last couple of days. Actually, I didn't say anything 2 days ago, but I almost pulled an all-nighter because I've been coding. I've been building our back end to this thing, Conversation OS, and I've been fucking just grind. I've been burning both ends of the candle. And I'll tell you, man, I saw this video and it was like a jolt of energy. It's just a good reminder, right? Because you're like, yes, because I am the doer. I know I'm the thinker, but I'm also the doer, and I know that's what sets me apart. I know what sets you apart. And when I saw this, it was like it just smacked me straight in the face. Because I know a lot of thinkers. So do you.
Well, the action is the currency. Even if it's the wrong fucking action.
Yeah.
Your action is currency.
Yeah.
You got to be doing something to make progress.
Speaking of action, dude, I got something on committed for you. I don't know how you practice this skill. Before we bring Don Mann here in a couple minutes, say, Jimmy, get this committed thing up here, but check this out, dude. You tell me how you practice this to be really good at this skill here. This guy is actually extremely committed. Jimmy, let's run this, man. Watch this. So this thing is spinning. Like it's a blade spinning. Like it's a saw blade. And you know what he's going to do. And he does it. And you're like, how the fuck did you practice to do that? Because he grabs it. And I don't think it's an illusion, Johnny. Like, I don't think it's an illusion at all. But I guess,
how fucking fast is that thing going?
Well, that's my point. But how do you practice it? Like,
well, think of it like you know, a bench press. You got to start with the bar. So he probably practiced that thing when it was barely turning, and little by little he sped it up. And then he fucking look, and you can see clearly he doesn't. He's not touching the palm of his hand. He's doing this. So he probably practiced that millions of fucking times, catching it and going slow.
Yeah.
And little by little, these little increments of speed.
Yes.
Really. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and maybe like steel mesh gloves or something, John. Right? In the early days to protect. I'm thinking what you'd protect yourself, like maybe like some kind of mesh gloves, but
or he didn't have teeth on the fucking disc.
Yeah.
I mean, you would do all sorts of ways, like like the extreme jumpers, the motorcycle workers.
Yeah.
They jump on a ramp, but if they totally fucking let go of the bike, they can land on that thing and they won't get hurt.
Well, so when I put the show together, I'm always thinking of you and I, what we can talk about, what's interesting to us, and what we can put on the audience. And I thought about you because I was thinking to myself, okay, so when John was lifting his 1,000 pound stones, I asked myself, how is he practicing? Probably lifting a 1 ounce stone. I'm being exaggerative, of course, but it's literally it, right? It's gradual improvements, right? And then you're like, okay, I'm going bigger. That's probably how he did it there too, wasn't it? Really?
Yeah, I mean, my thought would be you start off with a disc that could only give you a really bad fucking rub burn. You know what I mean? You start off the disc moving slow enough.
Yeah.
Right. And then you make sure that fucking motor that he has right there is not very torquey. So it'll stop easily with a pinch.
Yes.
There's a lot of elements that have to be put in play to make that work. But we couldn't see the teeth on there. It doesn't fucking matter how much torque is on. When those teeth are moving fast, it will cut through your fucking hand.
Yeah, true story. True story. Hey, speaking of true story, did you test your new bidet out yesterday?
I didn't get put in, damn it. Hopefully it was my last dirty dump today.
What was the story behind the bidet not going in yesterday?
They just, they were going around because they're doing more work than just that. So they were gathering all the materials. And so they dropped it off and they left again to go get other materials because we're having the roofs redone.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And so by the time they got back, we were starting to get ready for dinner. They were going to put it in. I said, no, come back tomorrow.
Nice. Hey, how's two things? How's the peptide show going, and how's the new how's the peptide? I think peptide protocol. How's the app going?
I showed it to you. We're close. So the japrotocols.com is live. So
okay.
Go with that. The other one, the Academy.
Yes.
We're still kind of getting approved from the bank and all that kind of final. We're in the final, it's kind of stuff that's out of our control.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. I'm excited for these things.
And then you're still doing your peptide show on weekends, aren't you? With your buddy?
Oh no, that's part of the Academy, which is not up and running yet.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry, misunderstood that. Okay, I got you. Okay. But that's going to run on weekends, is it not?
Yeah, and then I've been every day when I film after this.
Yes,
I'm basically doing 2. Yeah, there's JA protocols. You got to check that out. For everybody who wants to know about this, go down a little bit more. See that thing spinning. That's a protocol calculator.
Thanks, Jimmy.
So you can go in there and you can say, I got sore knees, and basically it'll spit out what I would recommend you do.
Oh no shit, eh? Yeah.
And then it basically what it'll do is it'll send you to your email. It gets sent to your email, that it gives you what we call a magic link, which it actually takes you to a page that's been developed for you with your protocol right there. And it even gives you the option to buy the protocol too. So it's pretty fucking slick. Takes you right to the website.
Very cool. Very cool. As that keeps coming to life, let's continue to spend more time talking about it and sharing and building content around that.
Yep, you got it, brother.
100%.
Yeah, that one's live. I mean, we're always twisting it a little bit, but the academy is what you're asking about. We're still haven't. We're waiting for final. It's all the little twists and turns from the bank.
Awesome. Yeah. Hey, Jimmy, pull this one up. Morningsinthelab.live. We dropped it live last night. We are going through some testing with it right now, but our companion app is up and running. Jimmy, check this one out. Morningsinthelab.live will get you to our show, so you can come join and hang out with us. We got some companion. We got the daily poll there. We're going to put content there, what we're talking about, what's coming up on the show. We're going to put polls, questions, check-in. We're going to put a sleep tracker next to it, an anti-snooze alarm, so you can find us at morningsinTheLab.live. And actually, we are like, the show is streaming there right now. You can see Johnny on that there. So, looks like it's I think Jimmy, I think your browser needs to refresh there. So you can pull that one there down, Jimmy. You can refresh that browser. Okay, we're gonna bring Don Mann in a quick second, but before we do that, this has been on the table for a couple of days. I want to put this one up here, but because I find this one kind of interesting. I have never been to Antarctica. I want to get to Antarctica, but there is a massive glacier out there, which scientists have been studying. Because I'm a nerd, I like to be. I'm curious about this stuff. Jimmy, what happened in the Thwaites Glacier, the sea level risk that just got real, and how it might affect all of us human beings on the planet? Jimmy.
Thwaites isn't a headline. It's a weak point holding back a lot of ice. If it fails, sea level jumps. British Antarctic Survey and Korea Polar Research Institute reportedly drilled 930 meters to ocean under it. They dropped probes into currents. NASA estimates Thwaites is about 4% of sea level rise now. Full collapse is 65 centimeters. Bigger fear, it uncorks West Antarctica.
So, Johnny, here's the concern, right? So the Thwaites Glacier already contributes about 4% of today's global sea level rise. The concern is if it collapses, it might actually add about 2 feet of water around the coasts of the world, essentially. So
because it'll translate to the whole world.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So actually, I saw a really cool, and I know we're both curious old men here. I saw a video on the New York Times this weekend. They were drilling into this thing. It's actually pretty fascinating stuff, man, because this only happened once. They got this big drilled down into this glacier and actually put it right down into the ocean. It got stuck along the way down into the water, but it's for lack of a better term, it's pretty neat. And the concern, like you said, is that if it melts, it's going to have it's going to affect much of the world, actually. So
quick question: what is it about Antarctica that makes you want to visit there? I could say it's definitely not in my place of wanting to visit.
Yeah.
What is it that intrigues you?
Thank you. Yeah, I think it's just because it's so remote, it's so desolate, it's not a place many go to. It's maybe like a half of 1%. I know more people go there than ever, but the idea of it being just so out there in the middle of nowhere, and I don't know. The curious side of me I want to see it. I want to touch it. I want to experience it. I want to see a penguin. All those reasons why maybe somebody wouldn't want to go is perhaps why I want to go. I want to land a plane on the continent. I was close to it, Johnny, when I went and not close, but when I was swimming with white sharks down in the Southern Australian Ocean there. When I was down in the ocean, the only guy in the cage, if I would have looked that way, the next spot of land was Antarctica. So, and actually, I was supposed to have gone to Antarctica a few years ago, but then the pandemic happened, and that just shifted the whole world for me. But yeah, I'd love to go there. You have no interest at all, eh? Actually, I would have loved to. I'd like to climb Mount Vincent. There's a mountain there that I'd like to climb too.
Yeah, but it's different strokes, different folks. I think I spent so much time fucking traveling. I have really no interest in getting on airplanes anymore.
I can appreciate that. It's interesting to hear you say that, actually, because we were talking with somebody yesterday, the day before, about just quality of life and life itself. And the value of your life. Like, I enjoy spending so much time with my dogs. I found myself yesterday just hanging out with my dogs going, man, like, what kind of price could you put on this? To sit on an airplane and run through airports? I'm like, nah, like, I don't know if you can pay me enough to take me out of some of the moments, like you just said, right? So, all right.
But I will say that, part of what I don't like about the air travel is the airports. So if there's ever a time where I'm in like some sort of an airplane share and I can just literally pull up to a plane and step in the thing, that may change how I feel about it.
Dude, I guarantee you, mark my words, and Good Time knows this. Like, I'm doing this to get us a plane. Like, you don't kid yourself. I will be coming down to pick you up. You, Terry, and the dogs, me, Lauren, and our dogs will picking you up. We're going somewhere. Trust me. That's the whole reason. Because the airplane to me equates to time. It allows you and I to buy time.
We're buying time. We're basically replacing the time that we lost throughout our lives.
Exactly it. So that's why we're motivated to buy the plane. All right, coming up from Boken Kid to Elite Warrior, Don Mann on pain, discipline, and never quitting. Sophia Grant, let's get after it. Center stage starts right now.
Nation, we talk about motivation a lot on this show, about how we don't wait for it before we take action. Today's guest took that mindset to a level that puts life in a whole new perspective. He's been the kind of tired most men never touch. The kind where your body is cooked and your brain starts lying to you. He's spoken openly about growing up in a troubled childhood. I think we can all agree that it's important to discuss. And his response isn't hype, it's standards. If he's not pushed to the edge, he believes he left something on the table. He didn't come from an easy start. He's spoken openly about growing up in a troubled childhood and about how that shaped his relationship with pain and effort. So when he was older, he didn't drift. He chose structure. And that choice led him into the Navy SEALs. He spent over 17 years there, more than 8 of those with SEAL Team 6. Later, he became a training officer. When his military career ended, the testing didn't. He kept going through endurance. Over 1,000 races, including 2 Ironman triathlons in a single day. At 60, on Mount Everest, his brain and lungs filled with fluid. He couldn't remember how to rappel, so he wrapped the rope around his arm and went down. If you've ever quit early, backed off, or wondered if you had more in you, this conversation is for you. Don, thanks for joining the big show today. We're happy to have you here.
Johnny, this one's going to be good, man. Our guest today has done things that would make most humans tap out, maybe even you. Just thinking about them. Get this. This guy was captured by the enemy in a war zone, lived to tell about it. He's been shot at, stabbed at, and faced horrible life and death situations. And what does he do in his days off? He runs 2 Ironman triathlons in one day for fun. And at 60, Johnny, maybe you and I should just leave. And at 60, the guy nearly drowned in his own lungs on Mount Everest, not even remembering which way was down. And he still refused to give up on life. Jimmy, let's bring him up. Don Mann is joining myself and John Anderson this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and Don. What's going on, Don?
Hey, Keith. Hey, it's nice to be here with you. Hello,
What's
John.
up, Don? How are you, brother?
Hey,
good to have you here, man. I'm excited to hear you talk.
Yeah, where are you joining us from today, Don?
I'm in Virginia, in Williamsburg, Virginia.
Fantastic. Well, we're very first of all, thank you for your service, and we are very grateful to have you on the show here today.
You were a SEAL, is that correct, brother?
Yeah, John, I was. I went in and I did 21 years in the Navy. And then I was at SEAL Team 1, SEAL Team 2, SEAL Team 6. I retired from SEAL Team 6. And then I went into the agency and did 25 years there.
You know, I had a stepbrother who was actually a SEAL. And I was young. And he had a few of his friends that would come around once in a while. I didn't know him that well because he didn't come around much. But even as a little guy, I could recognize such a clear difference between him and his SEAL teammates or associates, whatever you guys call yourselves, and the rest of the fucking world. I mean, you guys go through things that makes you a different creature. It's pretty fucking unbelievable.
Well, John, I know you do the same thing or you wouldn't look like you are. I think it's the ability to have laser focus on a topic or a mission or an objective or a goal, and just being able to screen out all other distractions and focus on something and getting it done.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree. It's pretty amazing how, you see like the people that will show up for the SEAL training. And these are really accomplished people, athletes, you name it. And they just fucking fall right out of there because they have a lot of what it takes, but there's something here, I think, which you just described that they're missing, that one little piece of the puzzle,
But, we get a lot of world-class athletes, football players, baseball players, all types of athletes, gymnasts and runners. But those professional athletes, a lot of their sports last anywhere from minutes to maybe an hour or
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
but not for 6 months. And
Yeah.
to be able to focus on 6 months of, a lot of people consider that brutal training. It is great training, but it's difficult. And you have to want it real badly. You can't. I believe the secret to making it through Bud's SEAL training is not having a backup plan. Just thinking, no matter
Yeah.
what,
There's
I'm gonna
nothing.
give it
You're
my
going to
all.
die or you're going to make it. There's nothing
Yeah,
in between.
Yeah, you can't have in back of your mind, well, maybe I'll be a pilot, or maybe I'll be or something if this gets too bad, because it's too easy to shift gears and go.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Don, take Keith, John, and our audience back to the early days, like just a couple days ago, kind of thing, tongue in cheek, of course. But take us to the why. Like, so you're growing up a young man. How did you end up over here? Were you going down a wrong path? And I bring it up because, Keith and John have shared our stories. John grew up with some struggles. I grew up with some of my own little challenges, and it set us up for where we are here today. What's your why, Don? Tell us the root, the seed.
Well, as a kid, I really didn't have any real direction. As a young guy, I didn't have any direction, but I had something in me that wanted to have a lot of fun, a lot of adventure. I liked being chased by the police on motorcycles when I was a little boy. I just liked extreme fun. And my father instilled a sense of patriotism in us all.
Oh.
When we were struck by the Japanese, World War II, my father and his two brothers and sister all joined the military. And anytime a commercial would come on and veterans or military personnel would be killed, my father would have tears in his eyes. So as a young age, without knowing it, I had a sense of patriotism built inside me. And so I always knew I had to serve our country. And when I was growing up, the Vietnam War was going on. So I just assumed I'd go to Vietnam. And so I wanted to join the Marines because I thought them and I still consider them a very, very tough outfit. But I wasn't impressed by the Marine recruiter. So I went next door to the Navy recruiter, and he told me about the SEAL program. And that moment changed my life. That's all I wanted at that point, was when I saw this video of these guys running and jumping and doing pull-ups and push-ups and skydiving and diving and shooting and going all over the world. That moment changed my life, because if I hadn't bumped into that recruiter who didn't show me that video, I could be in jail by now, or I would have been in jail back then. That changed my life, and it's the direction I needed, and it just set me on the right path.
Isn't it crazy how the universe kind of just puts us where we're supposed to be at the right moment?
Yeah, I guess for us lucky ones, I feel terrible for the ones who don't get that moment. But you're right. I agree, John, completely.
Don, talk a little about gratitude. You're going through Bud training. I got to think you're leaning into, I get to do this instead of I'm grinding through this. You're captured behind enemy lines. You're shot at. You're stabbed. How do you find a way to lean into being grateful that you get to do what you do instead of being cynical and miserable and bitching about having to do this, Don?
Well, Keith, the moment I stepped into SEAL training, I couldn't have been more grateful. The moment I stepped on Everest, I couldn't have been more grateful. I know what was coming up ahead was going to be challenging, but it's what I wanted. And I never had a bad moment when I was wishing I wasn't there. For Bud's training, I had not a single cell in my body that thought I was going to quit. And I think, Keith, is because, and John knows this really well too, when you get your mindset so powerful that no matter what, you're going to do something, you get it done. And my mindset was stronger than my body was. Everybody's body breaks down, but my mindset was, I am going to finish this no matter what. If all these other guys can do it, I'm doing it. Actually, I'm going to do it really well. And so when I walked into Bud's, I felt ready. I felt ready.
And that's so you love that. There is no other way. It's this, or there's no plan B. In a very minute little, like, few seconds examples. In 2 different occasions in my strength career, I finished a heavy deadlift. I needed the points as I ruptured 2 discs, but I stayed through it. You know, there is no letting go of the bar. You know.
Yeah, that's pain I've never felt. That's a type of pain I've never felt. Which I'm happy about.
We're hanging out with Don Mann, Keith Bellis, John Anderson this morning on Mornings in the Lab. You can come tune into our show every single day, morningsinthelab.live. Good morning, Lauren. Good morning. Good time. Throwing you some love here. Thank you for your service, Don Mann. Charlie joins our show every single day here, and I know he's very grateful for the service you have given to your nation. Don, you've done 2 Ironmans in one day. You've climbed Everest. You've been in combat. But dude, tell us something. I need to know this. Like, what's something completely mundane that absolutely cracks you? Like, are you scared of spiders? Does your wife drive you nuts? Or like, what's something that could maybe crack Don Mann?
I don't think, I'm very curious. I think with his mindset, I don't think there's many of those floating around.
I know. Yeah.
Well, you know, family members, when family members get hurt or sick, that gets me. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as physical pain, yeah, I don't mind pain. Actually, the reason I don't mind it is, it's temporary. And we have this ridiculous saying, pain is good, extreme pain is extremely good. But I believe there's 2 types of pain. If you're bench pressing, say, and you're doing 15 and the guy next to you is doing 15 reps and it's a competition who can do the most and you just quit because it's too painful, the person who quit, all he had to do was have the discipline to go through that temporary amount of pain. The person who keeps going is going to become the champion. The person who quit has the worst type of pain. He's got the permanent pain of regret that lasts a lifetime. He'll regret that for the rest of his life. And the same with buds. When someone can't take it anymore, they feel like they can't take it anymore. They usually can. They go ring the bell and they're gone. And then for the rest of that person's life, all that person's going to be saying, well, I should have been a SEAL, but some excuse comes out. So that person has a permanent pain of regret. The temporary pain, and I've done this a lot of times myself, if it's too much pain, I'll pass out or I'll bleed or I'll hallucinate, but usually pass out. And if I pass out, I fall down, I get the sleep I need, I pass out for a while, I wake up, I get up and I finished what I was doing. So, and it's a gift. It's a gift, you know, your body says, okay, you are done. You've done the hallucinations, you've heard things, you're bleeding. Now you keep pushing, and now I'll pass out. And that happened when I did that double Ironman. And it was a 4.8 mile swim, then a 224 mile bike ride, then 52.4 mile run. But during the run, at 32 miles, I started coughing up some bile, and I started seeing white specks, which lack of oxygen.
Yeah.
And then I started wobbling, and then I passed out. And I was on the grass, and when I woke up, I saw the cyclists and runners going by, and I was wondering why I was sleeping outside. And then it dawned on me, I'm in a double Ironman. I better get up and finish. So I got up and finished. So I just needed the break. I wasn't willing to take it, but when my body passed out, I got my break. And now I don't have to say, well, I was going to be a double Ironman finisher, but with some lame excuse following it. I don't have that lame excuse.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing because I think you might. So we've had someone on the show a couple weeks ago that I thought might have outdone John Anderson. I think, Johnny, we might have met your dad. This guy might be actually your dad. He might be somebody who you could look up to too, John Anderson, is this guy right here.
Well, I'm telling you, there's something about, like, and I'm sure you probably run into this too, brother. You get some fucking Yahoo, and he's talking about how fucking tough he is, and then he tells you he used to be a SEAL.
Yeah, yes.
Like, you could fucking see a mile away this motherfucker was never a SEAL. You know, and there's a difference between the guy that has it and it's literally what you just described. You know, he's got that regret, and he's trying to convince everybody who he is, what he's really not. And there's such a difference between that guy that you describe, which is you, and the guy that quits. There's worlds apart between these two people. And I mean, you can, Don, you walk in a room and everybody fucking knows you're different. You don't have to say shit.
Yes. Yeah, it's clear.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, but thanks for saying that.
Well, you said two things. You said two things that struck me. First thing you said was, and Johnny, you probably picked up on it too. He was talking about the guys that are in bud training, and you're like, and they're going to want to give up, and then they're going to, and he says, even though they can, you threw that in there, which was even though they don't have, like, I'm paraphrasing, but you alluded to that guys want to give up, even though they can stay, but they don't anyways. It's like, most men can do it, but they just give up. That's one thing that struck me. And then the second thing that struck me was you said that I was just going to pass out. Like, you weren't going to die. And that struck me too, which is, no, my body's going to tell me that I got to go to sleep. And I think most humans think, I'm going to die right now. No, you're not going to die. You're just going to go to sleep.
Yep. That's how I see it. And also, I purposely put myself in these situations. It's volunteer. And it's voluntary that I want to do these things. I want to climb Everest. I want to do difficult things. But just think of the people in the Bataan Death March or the ones captured in Nazi Germany and the people who've really been persecuted and tortured. They don't have that choice, but they have the will inside of them to go through it. For me, everything I do is just because I enjoy it. But I look at the people who were just put in bad situations and who still have the inner fortitude to get through it. And I think we all have that inner fortitude. And I like to look up to certain people to give me motivation and inspiration. And Reinhold Messner is the greatest climber the world has ever known. And he climbed Everest solo, first person, and he did it without oxygen, first person.
Yeah.
And he has done all the hard climbs in the world, to me, which is one of the hardest sports there is. But I believe he knows how to tap into the source. But we all have the same ability, but he reaches it deep down inside and he taps into that source. And I think most people don't even come close to tapping into that source. And my biggest thing I noticed when I got out of the teams and went into the agency, I was thinking, boy, it's going to be strange not being in the military. My whole adult life, I've been in the military. But what I noticed that was odd was people set low goals and they achieved those low goals and they were happy with themselves. And nobody was setting high goals.
I love that.
The macro goals were big. And then you make all these micro goals to reach that macro goal. And then you accomplish the macro goal. And now that's a micro goal for the next macro goal. But all these people I was coming across, civilians, they would set the goals low and they would achieve it and they'd go home happy thinking, wow, I did something today. They'll never reach their true potential in life. And that's the biggest thing I saw when I got out. But Reinhold Messner, he sets these macro goals. Like if I've done over 1,000 hard competitions. If I showed Reinhold Messner my competitions, the climbing the mountains and all that stuff, the double Ironmans, he might laugh at me and he might say, hey, that's nice. You like running around the park. But what I do, I pick up a backpack. I go climb a peak that's never been climbed before. I do it solo. I do it without oxygen. I tell my friends and family I should be back in a couple of months. And to me, that is so intense. So he knows how to tap into that source. The rest of us might say, yeah, I might do so many steps today walking. I might do a 5K run on Thanksgiving for turkey trot or something. Those people never reach their full potential in whatever they're doing. But people like Reinhold Messner, they can tap into that great source that we all have. And he does it. And a lot of us, I don't think, do.
Yeah, Johnny.
No, I love it. I mean, one of the things that I've said my whole journey is that if people understand my goals, as you say, macro goal, if they understand that goal, it's not high enough. Because the average fucking person they don't believe. They don't know how to get to that place where they can do amazing things. So I love this side of what you're talking about, brother. And there's a big difference between someone who gets it, that space, as you call it. I in my first book, I call it was like when I get in really difficult situations, I would call portals. I would see these little windows of opportunity where I could dive into this place and all the pain would go away and clarity would come and it would get quiet. And that was a place I always wanted to go back. But you got to like earn your way there with difficulty and pain and discomfort to the point where your brain will start giving you its brain chemistry that your brain's saying, okay, look, there's some heavy shit going on. We better start giving him some chemicals that's going to allow him to deal with this situation. And so I love how you talk about finding that space or going in that most people have no clue. And I've loved your explanation.
Thanks, John. Thank you.
Keith Ellis, John Anderson, and Don Mann, host of Surviving Man this morning on Mornings and Alive with Keith, John, and friends. Hey, Don, I know we had you for 30, but I got to be honest, man, I'm loving this. Will you have some time to stick around extra for us today?
Sure, Keith. Absolutely.
That'd be awesome.
Absolutely.
Hey, so let's get into Everest, dude. This is we've been fortunate to have a number of men that have been on our show that have climbed Everest, but on Everest, Don, you're drowning in your own fluids. Johnny, hear this, man. I got to paint a picture for you, Anderson. This guy's drowning in his own fluids. He loses his color vision. Memory's gone. You can't figure out which way it was down. And in that moment when your body is completely, there's dead bodies all over the place, right? On the mountain, frozen in the mountain that have been there for decades and years. But when your body's completely betraying you, what the hell is your thought going through in your brain, Don? Or is there no thought going? Like, take us to that moment where you're like, I'm way the fuck up here. I got to get down there, and I'm this close to death.
Well, Keith, you know, when I got to Everest, it's a big commitment, of course. You have to have like $70,000 and 70 days a commitment. You can be away from the rest of the world. So I wanted that all my life, and finally I got the time off. I saved up the money, and I got a lot of sponsors too that helped.
Yeah.
But so I went out to Everest, and I was on a really tough team. Lydia Bradley was on the team, the first woman to summit Everest solo without oxygen. I was on a tough team made up of mainly Kiwis, New Zealanders. And I couldn't have been happier in my life to be on Everest. That was the happiest. Every now and then I'll get this feeling like there's no place I'd rather be. And that's what I kept getting every day up there. But HAPE and HACE, high altitude pulmonary edema, your lungs, and high altitude cerebral edema, your brain, it's when fluid goes in your brain and lungs. And our Sherpa got medevac for HAPE and HACE. Our doctor got medevac for HAPE and HACE. And a lot of those bodies, the 225 plus bodies up there, a lot of them died from HAPE and HACE and avalanches and things like that too. But a lot of them were HAPE and HACE. But so I didn't have any symptoms at all. And I was the oldest person on the team. Lydia said, wow, you're in your 60s. You're the oldest person here, and you're not having any problems at all. I said, well, I just feel good. I feel good. I've trained for this for so long. I just feel really, really good. But then we're on the Khumbu Icefall where you're climbing the ladders.
Yes.
16-foot aluminum ladders. And it's the most dangerous place on Everest. I started having a hard time breathing. And I was taking these deep breaths, and I'd look down, and just fluid came from my nose and mouth. And I was climbing a vertical ladder, and with these big crevasses that end up, you look like you can see the center of the earth when you look down into them. And I'm climbing this ladder, and all of a sudden it started getting dark, and the fluid was pouring out of my nose and mouth. It just hit me so hard. I was coughing and choking. And I was on this ladder, and then it got darker and darker, and then I lost my memory, and I was wondering where I was. I didn't know where I was. And I just knew to keep climbing this little cave-in ladder. And when I got to the top, I had passed out. And fortunate enough, I mean, talk about being grateful. I had the most famous Sherpa in the world on our team. And Anjay Dorje Sherpa was his name. And he's Mr. Everest. Nobody saved more lives. That guy is incredible. And we became friends before the climb. And I opened up my eyes, and he was there. And he's been with a lot of people who died up there. And he saved a lot of lives. And I think at that time he summited 17 times. He would have summited many more times if he didn't bring down all these sick people, And he said, can you walk? But I couldn't talk at that time because I was just choking and coughing up. And I said, yeah, I can walk. And he gave me his oxygen mask, and I put my hand on his shoulders. And we're walking toward this cliff, this 200-foot cliff, and I kept passing out because my brain was being compressed and my lungs were being compressed and filling with fluid. And so I was losing my color vision. Now it's nighttime for me, I thought. But it was just because I lost my color vision. It was daytime when this all happened. I just lost my color vision. And I couldn't talk. I was just coughing and choking, just fluid just pouring out of my mouth and nose. And I kept passing out. But we finally made it to the cliff, and he said, "Can you rappel?" I felt like saying, "I've rappelled all my life. Of course I can rappel." But I couldn't say that because I couldn't speak.
Yeah.
So he went down, did the 200-foot rappel, and I had my harness on and my rappel device on. I grabbed the line, and I was looking at us. I couldn't remember how to rappel. I lost my memory, is what happened.
Wow.
And but that morning I saw a Sherpa. He wrapped the climbing line around his arm like 8 or 9 times, and he went down just releasing one loop at a time. And I was thinking, I remember that. I can do that. So I wrapped the rope around my arm 8 or 9 times, and I just went off the cliff, releasing one loop at a time, not thinking, I hope I put enough loops in, because I wasn't thinking that clearly.
That was the first thing I was thinking. Shit, you get enough loops.
Yeah, if I had needed 20 loops and I only had 8 or 9, I would have probably died. But somehow I managed to make it down to the where Andre was, and I put my hand on his shoulders. We finally made it back down to base camp, and our doctor was medevac. We didn't have a doctor at that point, so they went looking all over for a doctor, and they put me in a tent far away. I think they just thought I was going to die. I was just coughing and choking, and I'd take my oxygen mask off and just pour out all the fluid every minute. It was that bad. And then they went looking for a doctor throughout base camp, and they happened to find the doctor I would have asked for. And that was a female doctor the year before the avalanche came through and killed all those people.
Yeah.
And she rescued a lot of those people, but she got hit in the thigh with either a piece of ice or a rock. And she sewed up her own thigh, went on saving lives.
Jesus,
and she was a doctor who came to help me. And I just opened up my eyes and I saw her a few times, and she was shocked I had all that fluid in my lungs. She said, "We got to get you off today, or it's not looking good for you." But then I couldn't get a helicopter out for the next 2 days because of the storm, which is you hear it on every climate story. It's a bad storm. But I made it out, and I recovered. I'm still not fully recovered, but I went down to Kathmandu. The helicopter pilot just picked me up. It was actually a TV show, Everest Rescues. They put on a TV show during my rescue, and it got me back down to Kathmandu. And but I have to say, I'd like to finish that by saying I have zero regrets, because I am so glad I had that opportunity. I'm fine. I'm still out bike racing and running and doing all types of things. And but I would have hated to go the rest of my life saying I was gonna do this, but I wish I had tried this, but I'm just glad I went after it, and I don't have any regrets at all. I'm just fortunate to be alive. It was a near-death experience, and I'm just grateful. It made me more grateful.
So when you say you're not recovered, what's lingering from that experience?
My memory's not all the way back, and I have scar tissue in my lungs, and and I keep track of all my workouts, like I know you do, but my running times, my bike times, I have pre-Everest and post-Everest. Post-Everest, the times are slower.
Interesting.
It's okay with me. It's okay with me. Because it gives me another goal. Now my goal is to try to get to my pre-Everest times. That's what I'm going after when I go for these trail runs and bike rides now. I'm trying to get my pre-Everest times back.
Stop. You're making John and I look lazy. John and Keith here this morning with Don Mann, Surviving Man, on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. We're going to do a lifestyle tip, reset hour 2, and come back and keep the conversation. Don, I got to tell you, man, if anybody listening right now is not inspired by you, well, then they don't have a heartbeat. Frankly, it's actually pretty simple as that. Let's do a lifestyle tip. Don, we'll take a couple minutes to come back. All right, let's get after it, guys.
There was Midas. That's my boy. He's right here at my feet. I love it. All right. This was going to be short and sweet, man. So listen closely. The man who believes he can and the man who believes he cannot are both correct. Think about that. If you don't believe you can do something, you've already made the decision you can't do it. Now, how do you establish this belief? Action. Your brain runs off of basically when you do something, it's evidence that you can do, even if it's just a little step, that's evidence you could do this. You take a little more action, you get evidence you can do that. Pretty soon, you've got evidence you can do whatever it is you believe you can do. And then life has changed. So remember, simple, very powerful. The man who believes he can and the man who believes he cannot are both correct. The question you got to ask yourself is, which kind of man are you? Rock and roll.
All right. We're calling some audibles this morning, guys. Quick reset. If you're just joining us, welcome to the big show. You're listening to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. You catch us live, 8 o'clock Eastern time, morningsinthelab.live, mitl.live. You can find us there. Center stage right now, Don Mann, myself, John Anderson, and Sophia Grant. Amazing dude. I think I'm in love. He's the definition of just do it and zero excuses. Broken kid to elite warrior, trained SEALs, connected to famous American missions. The guy's survived stabbings. He's survived kidnappings. He's been on Everest. And Don says, pain is good. Extreme pain is extreme good. Coming up an hour or two, Don's sticking around. We're going to hopefully get into some gentle parenting conversation, things that men learn too late. But right now, Jimmy, let's bring him back. Let's keep the show rolling. Don Mann, Keith Billis, John Anderson. Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Don Mann, I'm telling you, man, I am to say that I'm inspired would be somewhat of an understatement. Let's get into your Richard Branson story. So the guy contacts you to say, hey, I want to do something crazy. I want to go and circumvent the world in a balloon, and he hires you to help him.
You know, so boy, I haven't talked about that in a long time. But the commanding officer at SEAL Team 6 at the time, his name was Bob Gormley.
Yeah.
Richard Marcinko created SEAL Team 6. Then Bob Gormley was his replacement.
Okay.
So Bob was my commanding officer and incredible person, incredible leader. And he met somebody in London who was good friends with Richard Branson.
Yeah.
And Richard Branson had asked Bob Gormley if he knew of I was a SEAL medic. Medic was my profession in the SEALs.
Okay.
He said, do you know of a medic who can assist me when I fly over North America and Canada, US?
Yeah.
And because, I'm going to be doing this balloon flight around the world.
Yeah.
And so Bob Gormley recommended me, which I was honored that he recommended me. But what happened is when Richard Branson came across, what I had to do is contact all the states and all the areas he was going to be in to arrange for medical treatment and support if he had crashed over North America. But nothing ever happened. I didn't have to do anything other than make all the preliminary plans and arrangements. So it was exciting that it was going to happen, but I ended up not being needed.
Yeah. Hey, Don, so we got two big topics today in our deep dive. We like to, is our feature topics for today. You said you're a parent. Are you a parent?
I am a parent. Yeah.
How many
two daughters.
Two daughters, yeah. If I may ask you, so I'll volunteer. I'm 54. Johnny's 54. What are you, 55, 56?
A long time ago I was. I'm 67.
Oh, good for you, brother. Oh, my God. You look like you're hitting 50 coming up. Hey, so I got a question for you. I don't want you to answer it. I'm going to throw the question on the table. We're going to run a clip, and then we're going to come back and talk about it, okay? Don, is gentle parenting failing? And are there some new ways we want to be considering parenting in 2026? Jimmy, let's run the opener. Let's come back.
Gentle parenting didn't make you calmer. It made you unsure. That's not growth, that's a trap.
I'm not raising a kid. I'm managing my guilt. Every no feels like I'm doing damage.
That guilt is the receipt. A lot of parents are burned out and second guessing. You're not crazy.
Kids don't feel safe with speeches. Love without structure becomes anxiety.
So what's the move? I validate, but I don't fold. I can be warm and still mean it.
Exactly. Feelings get honored. Limits stay firm. Repair happens after the storm, not during it.
Today we kill the confusion. You'll leave with a script that holds the boundary and keeps connection.
Don, making some assumptions here. So you got a couple of years on Johnny and I. I got to think you weren't raised by a gentle parent.
No, I wasn't.
I was not either.
If my parents were a little more strict, I probably would have gotten less trouble, though.
So let me ask you this. Would you be the man, every pun intended, you are today, all the goals and accomplishments, Everest, SEAL Team 6, list them all, had mom or dad not parented you like you were parented?
Probably not. I would say probably not. I don't believe in soft parenting, easy parenting. I think kids don't have they don't have a mind that's put together
What does
yet.
that
They're not
mean to you, Don?
formulated.
And actually, let me throw the second side of that. Are you a grandparent? Your daughters have kids?
Yes, they do. Yeah.
So okay, so they're not listening right now. Are your daughters soft parents, do you think?
You know, my daughter, I have a daughter and a stepdaughter, and my daughter is not a soft parent, and my stepdaughter is. And there's a difference in their children too.
Interesting. Lean into this. John, we're talking soft parenting, John. And I asked you heard me ask Don.
I can hear everything.
Yeah, you heard me ask him, would he be the man he was today had he maybe not had some maybe tougher parents? John, is soft parenting? Do we need to reset how we're parenting our kids?
I think so. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I think if one of the best things I heard from one of my daughters just told me this.
Yeah.
And it was like, fuck, it just was like the music to my ears. You know, she's doing really well. And she said, Dad, it's because you helped me set my standards. You know, my parenting was about, I needed them to have discipline. Well, first off, I had to teach them to work hard. I had to teach them to, it was big on a few things. When you say you're going to do something, you're going to do it. Don't say it if you're not going to do it. Your word is everything. You got to be able to work hard, and you got to have a standard. Don't set your standards by everybody else around you. You set a standard on what's difficult for you, and then you continue to push those standards. And now she's just kind of like, she runs circles around most people. So now when we say soft parenting or hard parenting, I don't think that, whipping kids or being cruel, or there's a little more strategy to being
I agree.
A not soft parent.
Yes.
And allowing that kid to be, happy and, because you think of people say soft parenting and hard parenting, they think, well, beating them with a switch. No, that's not what I'm referencing.
I agree with you.
Being a good parent is a fucking job. It's not just sending your kids to school and send them to their room when they fuck up. When you put a kid in timeout, you're in that timeout with them, so to speak.
Yeah. Don, what do you hear about that one? If you sit back, you're having kids today. You're all of a sudden having some children today, and you're having to revisit parenting today because you're like, oh my God, the world is changing. How do you look at soft/hard parenting, Don?
I agree with everything John just said. I think soft parenting is an excuse just not to be a parent and put him in front of a screen, and whatever happens to him happens to him. I don't agree with it at all. What I'd like to say, and I wish I had been told this when I was a child, and I do my best to get this message out to all the young children or young people I get to talk to.
Yeah.
But and I've instilled this into my daughter and my granddaughters at this point. Is all you have to do is 4 things every day. And once, if a child comes up 10 to 12 years old, how do I be a football player? How do I go in the military? I said, all you have to do is 4 things every day. That's all you have to do. Every day, just do something that makes you stronger. Now, you might just want to do Pilates on the floor, or you might want to do yoga, or you might go CrossFit or go in the gym, but just every day, just do something to make yourself stronger. Most successful people are very fit. And if you don't have an ambition that needs strength, be a stronger leader or a stronger friend or a stronger daughter, but just do something that has made yourself stronger. Number 2, and I do this usually for people who want to be SEALs or Marines. Every day, do something to make yourself faster. Do wind sprints. Do sprints in the pool. If you can do 120 sit-ups in 2 minutes, do 125. And if you're not into sports, and if what you're going after has nothing to do with physical abilities, be more efficient. Instead of taking an hour to clean your room when your mother tells you to clean it, get it done in 30 minutes so you can do more productive things. But then most importantly, every day do something to make yourself smarter. If you want to become a piano player, practice piano every day. But just get smarter in whatever you want to do. If you're a cook, learn different recipes. If you want to be a SEAL, learn weapons. Go take an NRA shooting course. Go take a skydiving course. Go get your scuba diving certification. But just get smarter in whatever you want to do. So stronger, faster, smarter. But most importantly, every day do something good for somebody. And be a good person. If you see your neighbor struggling carrying out the garbage can, go help them. If you see they have, like for me, I'm snowed in right now, just go, and I've done this, just go help the neighbors shovel off the driveway. Or just give the school teacher, if she's having trouble carrying all the books, and just do something good every day. Because before you know it, when you go to selection or you go to try to sign up for that football team or go to the recruiter wanting to be a Marine or a SEAL or something, you just might be the fastest, the strongest, the smartest, but the person everybody wants on the team because all you know is helping people. So I wish those four things I wish I knew those four things when I was younger. But now I like to try to instill those into my daughter and into my grandchildren. And it does work. And my granddaughter's sick. She's got leukemia. And so she's 5 and she's getting all these gifts all the time and I'm worried she's going to get spoiled. So when I was in Panama visiting with her a couple weeks ago, I said, here's what we're going to do. Every day, let's do something to make yourself stronger. And she loves it. She loves exercise, smarter. She will get on the computer to learn something. And now let's do something good for somebody. So we went to the store and bought a bunch of gifts to give to all the other children in the hospital. And because now you're doing something good for somebody. But I think if you did those 4 things every day, you're going to shoot for the stars, as they say. You might not reach them, but you'll land on the moon. You'll get much, much further in life than you would maybe if you didn't do that. And the person who taught me that was the greatest triathlete in the world. He just did it by saying, I said, Dave Scott was his name. How do you stay so fit? He said, well, the doctors tell me I'm wrong, but I work out every day of the year. So I went over 21 years without a day off after he told me that. And then I expanded it to not just working out. How about getting stronger and faster and get smarter? You got to train the brain too to go toward your macro goal. But more importantly, you have to be good to people and have to be a good teammate, a good daughter, a good granddaughter, a good son, a good neighbor, and just do good things for good people, or for people in general.
John, you and Don aren't very dissimilar. You're listening to Don Mann speak, John Anderson. I hope you recognize that you're not very dissimilar though.
Well, as I sit and I listen to you talk, Don, I was thinking, man, if I had somebody like you tell me this shit when I was like 9 years old, fuck. Because, our parents do the best they can, but they don't always see things as clear. Like that's such a simple yet effective formula that a young person can grab a hold of and really make a difference, not only for themselves, but other people and even the world for that matter. It's a formula I really like that, brother.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so John, so as you and I keep working together, getting to know each other, and you've talked about hiring coaches in your life. It's like a guy like Don Mann is somebody you want in your pocket, eh? It's like, okay, because this guy is dropping nuggets nonstop. And Don, I love how you constantly lean into one word, strength. A lot of people forget that, don't they? Like the power of strength, physical, mental, but you've used that word nonstop since you've joined this conversation with us today.
Oh, I didn't realize I was doing that, but I know I think about strength all the time, and physical strength super important, of course, and mental strength is too. When for the sports I've been involved with and the physical things I'm involved with and have been involved with, our bodies break down and you end up collapsing. But if your mind keeps going forward, as long as you're conscious, if your mind keeps going forward, you can keep moving. And so everybody's body breaks down at some point. And for instance, the sports I was involved with, the adventure racing, those are like 500 to 600 mile nonstop biking, swimming, climbing. It goes 10 days, 11 days nonstop, usually in the mountains. And it's the hardest thing I ever did ever. And you have your backpack on and you're pretty much hallucinating, and it's difficult. And your body breaks down. You can lose up to 20 pounds. You look terrible because all your muscles breaking down and it's being used as energy. And but if it keeps going, at some point people want to quit. But if your mind is stronger than your body and you know your body's breaking down, but your mind says, nope, there's no other alternative. You got to keep going. That's the mental strength that I'm pretty much obsessed with, is making your mind so powerful, because you can train your mind to get stronger each and every day. Every day you can make your mind stronger.
And there's a different breed of it. Not everybody has a strong enough mind that can push the body to break first. Most people's minds will break before the body. You know, when you're strong-minded enough where you can break your body, you become kind of an elite. Would you agree, Don?
John, I couldn't agree more. And I love what you said earlier. If the person says I can, they're right. But if they say they can't, they've already defeated. They're already defeated, and they can't. But if you can say, I can do this, I can keep going. I can keep going. Yeah, your body will break down, but I can keep going. And you get the objective, a successful mission objective at that point.
Well, and look at the stories that you told. I mean, your body's broken down to the point where you took a nap in the middle of your race, so to speak, but you got up and you kept going. It's just temporary breaking. It's not like breaks all the way. You know what I mean? It's like but it's just so crazy how the majority of our population is completely limited by the lack of mental strength. The body can do so much more than they're aware of. So
and it's such a shame. It's such a shame, because imagine what a better family member you can be if you pushed harder to be a better family member. Imagine if you worked for some company and you pushed yourself to become a better employee. Our country would be stronger. Everything would be stronger. I'm worried about our country. We have so many people who sit on the couch looking at their phones and doing whatever they do on a computer. I mean, we're going to get surpassed with that mentality. And the Chinese and Russians, they're not like that. They don't sit around and do nothing. And I'm worried that our mentality of our country has taken the dive it has. You know, like I mentioned earlier on, my father, he was from the greatest generation. Boy, we got attacked. They all went to war. They fought hard. They came back. They didn't ask for anything. They didn't, they weren't crying or whining about what they saw or what they did. They went right back to war, right back to the United States, and they built the greatest country ever. But we don't have the mentality anymore at the macro level. And I don't see how our country is going to keep going with a majority of our people, maybe due to soft parenting, they get sat in front of a TV or computer and they don't have to do anything.
Well, I mean, on a measurable level, on a measurable physical level, our generations are physically getting weaker than their fathers.
Oh, yes. I couldn't agree with that anymore. I agree with that.
Don, what scares you?
I guess just, illness or injury of anybody in my family. I
was going to say, I could have answered that for you, brother. I was going to go right back to your loved ones.
Yeah. I don't have any other fears.
You don't, eh? No, it's your fear is upon others instead of your own mirror. I love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this question then, and feel free to answer it how you'd like. Safe space. What scares you about America today?
What scares me about America is how polarized we are, for one. We have two countries, and
you do, don't you? You absolutely do right now, 100%.
Yeah, and it keeps getting worse, and the pendulum swings so much one way or the other. And Chinese and the Russians aren't like that. I mean, they're focused.
Yeah, they're united.
Focus.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm worried about our country and the direction it's. I know right now our country is doing things to make up for what the last administration did. The next administration will probably undo all of that. So we don't have a solid direction. So I'm worried about our country and bringing back to family. You know, I won't be around, but you know, my grandkids will and my daughters will, and I don't think they're going to see the great country that I grew up living in. They're not going to realize what a great country we had if things don't change drastically.
You know, and brother, on that level, these other like the Russians, they understand this about America. When I used to go over there and compete, when we would show up over there, we were just the whining fucking Americans. You had to prove to them that you weren't a little bitch and you were ready to suffer like they were to get where you wanted to go. Then you earned their respect, because in their minds, they understand the general character of the American, and that's what they all believe. So it's not like other countries, they have a completely different perspective on us, you know, meaning that they see what you're describing.
Yeah. And I can imagine you seeing it up close like that.
Fuck. I mean, you would show the first time I remember when I came in as a rookie and I started going on the circuit over there. It wasn't until like the third contest where I started getting these guys coming up and shaking my hand and, you know, giving me the respect, because they realize, okay, he's not like the rest of them.
Yeah, no, I believe that for sure. In our military too. I mean, when we still are respected a lot of places in the world, but we have a lot of allies and an enemy who look at us as being soft now, and our rules of engagement are soft, and we do everything backwards. The Israelis are laughing at us the way we do things, and it's
we are soft, though, brother. Don't you agree? Right now, we are soft.
Yeah, we are. I know.
And the world needs a strong America, Don, man. The world does.
It absolutely does, because
I'm a Canadian guy, so I'm up here in Canada, but I love my American friends. All my friends, all my social circles are all American. I found myself sometimes, I joke with Johnny because I find myself in an awkward spot sometimes because my whole community is American. Everything I do is American. I live here in Canada. We need a strong America, Don, man.
Yeah, he plays both sides of the fence.
I do.
When something fucks up, he throws turds at us. When things are good, he claims us.
Johnny's right. I'm an adopted son, Don, but I'll just repeat it again. The world needs a strong America. America has lost its way in the last 15 years or so.
It sure has. And not to get off point, but I love Canada too. I spent a lot of time in Canada.
What do you love about it, Don?
Oh, well, you know, I went there for the brigade. It was a 700-mile paddle across Canada. And I got to see a lot of the backcountry.
Of course you did. It wasn't just a tourist trip, John. Of course it was something like some kind of what the
It wasn't a 7-mile paddle. It wasn't a 70-mile paddle. It was a 700-mile paddle.
But also I got to tour with the Vancouver Canucks. And,
cool. Very cool.
And the Canucks I trained with them. I went there as a motivational trainer.
Yeah.
And then they invited me to 7 games. And my God, those were the hardest core athletes I've ever been around, those guys, the Canucks. And I just love the Canadian people. And besides being the politest people in the world.
Yes, so that's what I love about Canada too. Everybody was so nice. You just, you know, we don't, in America, you don't walk down the street and people just say hello unless you're in a very small community where everybody knows. In Canada, it was like, holy shit, man, this is really a nice vibe up here.
Yeah, that's how I've rubbed off on Johnny, Don. I've made him more kind. Yeah.
But I think we could learn a lot from Canadians, and I think it's a really nice partnership what Canada and U.S. has. I know it has its hiccups now and then, but I love that we're so close with Canada.
Yeah, I do think, you know, I'll offer my 4 cents for what it's worth, but I do think we're on a path of economic continuity in the future. It just seems inevitable. You know, nobody wants to talk about, you know, war or the negative things, but it just seems to me that Canada and US are moving in a direction where over our time we're going to become connected. Johnny, you gonna say something?
Yeah, no, it's just kind of crazy the conversation we're having, because it's also true, but it's like this thing's been in motion for a couple of decades. It's like, what's going to be the breaking point? What's going to pull the nose back up?
It's true. What I was so, you know, the economy in Canada right now is struggling big time. So, you know, and Don, we can have war one of 2 ways, right? We can have war with diplomacy and economic levers, or we can have war with military might. And I will suggest that there's some economic activity happening out there right now that we're not going to spend much time talking about it. But I want to say this, dude. Don, man, You might be one of my favorites, man. I'm telling you, I could sit here and listen to you all day. I feel like, Johnny, we just scratched the surface with you, my friend. Honest to God. Like,
thank you, Keith.
You are an inspiration, you know, and I'm you know, you
well, Don, your standard of difficulty is really off the charts. Your standards, you have a much different standard.
Yes.
You know, when you say, "Oh, I went and did, you know, this paddle," nobody's fucking expecting 700 to follow that.
No, like,
you know?
I'm feeling like I got to go do something today, Don. And I've already,
but I love it because it just shows it for the people who haven't tapped into this side of themselves. Just show, and 67 years old, just shows what the possibilities are. And at very least, it can give somebody hope. And if someone can have a little hope, they can have the balls to take the first step. And the first step and turn to the second. And, you know, so I think, brother, you just keep doing what you're doing. The world needs more people like you.
Yeah.
Thanks,
hey, Don, growing up when you were sick, did you have like a home starter pack like this? I know I did. I think Johnny Anderson did. Check this out, guys. Let's put this on the screen. Look at this. I found the 80s homesick from school starter pack. Remember all that stuff, Don? Remember the Campbell's soup and the Price is Right on the couch with the Afghan and that Schweppes ginger ale? I think that came from my mom's closet, actually, because I got all that stuff growing up. Very much so.
I had everything, but there was no TV when I was.
That's right.
When I was young.
That's right. That's right.
And well, we did have a TV when I got older. If I was homesick, I surely wasn't going to be able to fucking watch it if I was staying homesick.
So I had the Afghan, I had the Campbell's soup, I had the Price is Right, I had the Vapor Rub, and I had the Schweppes ginger ale there. Oh, and there's also those saltine crackers. So yeah, I'd say that mom got me on all those. How about you, Don? Any of that relate to you up there?
I think it all does. Yep. Exactly. Get home from school, you have a little snack, but then you go outside and play.
Yes.
So it's dark.
Yes.
No
Exactly.
TV. Yeah.
Hey, quickly, Don, David Goggins. David Goggins, met him, fan of him. You are very Goggins-esque, and I mean that with a big compliment.
I don't know David. He's considered the extreme SEAL now. I guess I kind of was one of the extreme SEALs in my generation. But I have a great deal of respect for where he came from, and what he's done, and how many people he can motivate and influence by his lifestyle and his what he's gone through in life, from being a heavy guy and then going through buds numerous times. And I have a lot of respect for him. I never met him. We're just different generations.
Yeah. Hey, John, before you go.
Hey, John, before you go, February 2026 is perfect. It lines up like the calendar finally got serious.
Sunday start, Saturday finish, 28 days, 4 straight weeks.
Okay, that's neat. Now watch the gym. January is vows. February is where most guys disappear.
January talk turns to silence. The treadmills empty out, the snacks come back.
Exactly. Perfect calendar, messy habits. John's gonna roast that gap. He's allergic to excuses. John doesn't track dates. He tracks excuses. He can smell "I'll start Monday" from across the room.
Hey, John,
Tell him what to do when motivation dies.
because February doesn't care about their feelings.
Johnny, February, perfect month. Look at that. It only happens. It happened in 2015, and it's going to happen again in 2037. So it's actually kind of neat. I thought it was actually kind of cool that it's a perfect month, 28 days, 7 to 7. And
but the people that are fucking paying attention to this are distracted.
Yeah.
If you're fucking paying attention to this, you're not fucking. You should just be doing. Who fucking cares how many days? Does it really fucking matter if it lines up perfect? You don't line up perfect. Fucking do it again today and tomorrow and the next day. Who fucking cares what day it is? Who cares what time it is? Just go fucking do it.
Don, man.
Oh yeah, John. That's perfect. Perfect, John. Yeah, I think we think alike. So
it's funny because this last segment of John before you go is always built for a reaction out of Anderson. So Johnny, that was perfect because I knew I was going to get a good one from you on this one.
I mean, I've been saying from the fucking beginning that the average man gets distracted by numbers, and here's another fucking perfect example. well, I'm going to wait for the perfect month, which is February, because it's got shut the fuck up and go get on something, for God's sake.
Oh, I love it, man. Hey, Don, where can folks find you, connect with you, engage with you before you rock and roll out of here, Don, man?
Probably my website,
okay,
which is US Frogman, 2 N's,
yeah,
FROGMANN.com.
Yeah,
that's probably the best way.
Awesome. US Frogman, Don, man, joining Keith and John this morning at Mornings in the Lab. Don, dude, I'm going to say this out loud, man. I love you, dude. Lots of love from me to you. So kind. You're so awesome, man. I got such respect for you.
Keith, thank you so much for having me. And John, I love your show and I love talking with you. And I'm very grateful to be a guest on your show. Thank you.
Yeah, brother, it was a pleasure hearing you speak today. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, awesome. Jimmy will walk Don out of the lab. I look forward to grabbing coffee with you later, Don.
Okay. Thank you, Keith.
Take care. All right.
Thank you, John.
All right. John is out of here. John, that was awesome, man. That was holy smokes. Seriously, dude.
I think I'm going to put Don probably at the top of my guest list.
I'm with you. Yes. Like, I swore I was talking to your dad. I'm saying that with love and kindness with some humor, but I feel like I was talking to your dad. Like, and I don't know your dad, but I feel like that's the kind of
if I had Don for a dad, I would make my current self look like a joke. Fuck. I mean, everything, this is all fucking, I didn't have a parent fucking guiding me for this. This is all fucking self-discovery. If I had any bit of fucking, even if I'd bumped into him and given me his 4 fucking pillars of life, that would have made a huge fucking difference. Jesus Christ.
Could you imagine? Like, I'm serious, but to you, like, I can only imagine you having him as your dad. Like, I'm just because everything he says, like, holy smokes, like, that could be John Anderson's father. Seriously. What an inspiring guy, though, eh? 67, zero excuses.
Yeah, really.
Zero excuses. I'm with you, man. Yeah, top of the guest list, absolutely. And I meant everything I said with the love part. And I love how patriotic he was. Loved how reasonable he was. You know, he wasn't all like rah rah rah. Just his demeanor was so good too.
The real fucking SEALs. That's how they are. They don't have to prove shit. They've already proven themselves.
Isn't that true? Right. That's exactly it. I love how you said when he walks into a room, because he doesn't know it himself, but when he walks into a room, he is the shit. And he looks pretty jacked. His shoulders and his chest, like he's not a little man. Like he looked like he still gets after it.
Yeah, he does. Fuck.
I know he does. I know. Yeah, just how is Canada? Oh, 785-mile paddle. What are you doing today, brother? So now what are you doing today?
I got some dumping off here, filming, and then doing working on some biz, playing pickleball.
Yeah.
Yeah, today my activity actually is going to be Tara go to pickleball, go to the gym.
Beautiful.
And Tara and I are supposed to have an evening together. I don't know exactly what she wants to do, but it'll be fun. Fun.
Speaking of fun, I enjoyed the day today with you, pal. As always, you enjoy your day. You enjoy your day today, and I look forward to connecting with you in less than 22 hours. We got Petro in tomorrow, and it'll be another fun Friday in the lab with Keith and John.
Let's rock, brother. Have a good loop.
You too, pal. All right, John is out of here. Good morning, everybody. Yes, sirree. Oh, excuse me. Hey, you guys notice Johnny hasn't been burping much lately, Jimmy? Is he? I'm just wondering. Wow, Don, man, what a fantastic conversation. If you're just tuning in now, I invite you to go back and go listen to what Don had to say. We actually might have got a better guest than David Goggins. Goggins, we still want to have you on the show, of course, but this guy here may be out Gogginsing Goggins. Yeah, Don Man. The Frogman, frogman.com. You can go find Don and his story. Okay, so we are not going to again get to our things that men are using today, or men are losing. Men are realizing too late. But I do know something that men are... sigh. Yeah. We'll put this one on the table for next week, I think. Although I guess we probably can also put it on the table today. But here's what we're going to do first. Maybe we'll see how the time takes us. Maybe we will still get on the table and get that conversation happening here with myself and the community. Perhaps, Jimmy, we can deliver that one, which is things that men are learning a little too late in life. But before we do that, let's get into the morning focus, which is a monologue today around, and actually, I did not time this way. But after spending the hour with Don Mann, it's hard to think that this monologue is not related. Hey, Jimmy, like it's the relatability of what we're going to talk about here for the next couple of minutes compared to what we just listened to probably could not be lined up any better. And how does it go? It's the 7-day audit. Your life is already voting.
Stop telling us your goals. Show us your week. If we put it on the screen, what does it prove?
I say I'm locked in. Then my calendar looks like a liar. It's brutal when you see it.
That's why it hits. Facts don't argue with you. Your nervous system will, though.
Potential is a drug. It makes you feel ahead while you're falling behind. Receipts or it's fantasy.
My thumbs vote comfort. My sleep votes chaos. Then I wonder why I'm stuck.
The audit doesn't shame you. It wakes you up. Discomfort is your brain catching up to reality.
Here's the punchline. Your goals don't need motivation. Your calendar needs to stop lying.
All right, guys. Hey, listen, let's do something most people refuse to do because it's terrifying. Let's audit you. We all hate the word audit, don't we? Like, oh my God, they're going to audit me. Yeah. Let's audit you. No, not your intentions, not the big plans, not the vision board, not even your trauma. And I'm sorry, Don, not even your excuses. No, let's audit your week. So let's sit back and lean into this monologue today, because if I took the last 7 days of your life and I put it on the screen like a bank statement, what would it prove to yourself? Oh, that's kind of scary, isn't it? Because you can tell me you want to get in shape. You can tell me that you're building a business. You can even tell me that you're working on your marriage. Or you might even tell me that you're getting serious about your mental health. And you can even tell me that you're locked in. Cool. And we talked about earlier on the show, Jobs was talking about all the talkers, the doers, the talkers. Cool. But here's what really matters. Can you show me? Can you show Don? Can you show John the receipts? Where's the proof? Because potential is the most seductive drug on earth. Have you been the person sitting down on your calendar and planning it all out? Like, okay, I'm going to get this done. I'm going to get this done. You sit back, you look at your calendar, you're all happy. Like, oh yeah, it's all great. My calendar's perfect. I got all these tasks ready to go. It's good. Because the potential is the most seductive drug. Potential lets you feel like you're winning. You're looking at your calendar, it's all organized. Well, actually, you're probably still losing. And here's the part that nobody wants to hear. Your life already voting. Every day, every hour, those thumbs scrolling. The calendar, it's voting. You're spending, you're voting. Your sleep is voting. Your discipline is voting. So don't tell me who you are. No. Tell me what you've done. Tell me what your last 7 days say you are. That is the audit. Let's audit your habits. And the audit doesn't care what you meant to do. Too many people, oh, I meant to do that. You heard Don earlier. Well, I meant to stay in the Buds program, but I was tired, so I couldn't last. Because the audit doesn't care what you meant to do. The audit didn't care that you were going to try to. The audit doesn't care that you had a busy week. The audit doesn't care that your tech might not have worked this morning. The audit absolutely doesn't care that you're going through a lot. No, because we're all going through a lot. What the audit does do is it shows you patterns. And what we know is patterns don't lie. Most people live in a fantasy where they are a future version of themselves, looking to the future. I'm going to do this. I'm going to climb this. I'm going to accomplish this. And they already talk like they're already her. They already talk like they're already him. We've all done it. I've done it. But the problem is that we are not. Because the problem is that we are actually one decision away from collapsing back into the same comfort routine. I can't finish all these reps. I got a lot going on in my mind right now, so I'm just going to not finish it. And listen, I'm not saying this to be cruel. No, that's not the intention of this monologue today. It's not here to kick you in the ass and to be cruel to you. No, that's not the goal. I'm saying this because I love you enough to tell you the truth. If you don't have proof, you don't have a plan, you all only have hope. And hope, it's not a strategy. So here's the challenge, and it is simple, but I can guarantee you that this strategy and this challenge is not easy. Here's the invitation, and it goes like this. Take the last 7 days, score it. Yeah, not with your feelings, but with your facts. Look at the previous week. Reflect. How many days did you do the thing you said you would? How many days did you do the thing you said that would matter? And how many days did you choose comfort instead? And after talking with Don Mann today, I don't know how any of us can sit back and accept comfort right now. Because how many times did you also lie to yourself with, tomorrow, I'll get it done tomorrow. It'll be there tomorrow. Well, how many times did you protect the old you? Because tomorrow isn't coming to save you. There might not be a tomorrow. You are coming to save you. And it starts with one brutal question that we have to ask in our own mirror. What does your week prove that you actually believe? Because that, in my experience, nation, is the only scorecard that matters. Now, if you don't like the results of your own audit, good. Because that's the discomfort. That is your life trying to wake you up. That is your life presenting it back to you in your own mirror, showing you your own audit, not me, not John, not Don. That's your life. That's your calendar. That's your discomfort reminding you that perhaps you're not achieving the goals that you said you wanted to achieve. But I said I wanted to do it. I said I'm a visionary. I'm a visionary. Yeah, but you're not the doer. Visionary needs to connect to the doer to achieve greatness. So let's fix it starting today. Your goals, guys, do not need more motivation. You know what it is? Because we all have what I'm going to say next. We all have what I'm going to say next. Because those goals, they do not need your motivation. You know what it needs? Your calendar. The calendar you use every single day, whether it's digital, whether it's physical, whether it's analog, whether it's paper, whether you write it down, whether you look at it every single day. But that calendar you have, you got to have an honest look at it. Because your calendar needs to stop lying to you.
Fellas, you ever notice how you can be insanely capable and still stall on the one thing that matters most? It's never the task. It's the story you attach to the result. One bad rep and suddenly you are a failure. Today's Community Corner is 3 quick hits to break that spell. A creator who stops treating his work like a verdict. A sharp take on brilliance that can either connect or control. And a reminder that later is where family time goes to die.
All right, guys, coming up in the Community Corner. Man, I'm tired today. Woo! Just admitting it. I'm confessing. I like to hold out all the truth here. Yeah, been burning the candle at literally both ends. Trying to pull something to the finish line. You guys ever get yourself into situations where, I know Neiman does often, actually. And I think Neiman is very much the burning the candle at both ends kind of person. So there's the love-hate with that. When you got all your people burning the both candle, you know, we're just trying to achieve greatness here. And sometimes it takes a lot of work that others perhaps can't see or can't wrap their head around. But yeah, man, I'm tired today. But you know what? I get to do this. I get to do it every single day, and that is what motivates me to be here. Hey guys, YouTube, the moment a grown man stops making it personal, Sullivan comes back, says, goals need action behind them. Another great show. One for the replay for me. I'm with you, man. Donnie Mann is a rock star. We got to get Don onto Cheryl Whitaker's show and Matt Roof's show and Jason Hewlett's show. 5 o'clock today, right here on the network. Mornings in the lab.live and the network, of course, mornings in the lab.network. Hey, the YouTube story, the moment a grown man stops making it personal, the creator from the first time readers hit a creative wall and he caught the real culprit. He was making the work feel like it was life or death. And then when he zoomed out, he looked at it in perspective because the pressure dropped. It dropped all right. Bottom line, that draft, that's a rep. that workout, that's a rep. That side project, that's a rep. Your parenting, also a rep. Those reps you're going through, messy. But those reps are also how you get good over time. Let's go back to Don Mann. You think Don did a few reps before he climbed the mountain? You think Don did a few reps before he became a Navy SEAL? Oh yeah, tons of reps. So it sounds obvious, but too often we get caught up in perfection. We get caught up in it's just not good enough. And we forget that later today, tomorrow, next week, we get to try it again. Because here's what I've learned, that the mistake is waiting until you feel confident. Because confidence comes from action. Yes, not waiting to feel ready to go. There's a difference there. When you get up and you get after it and you go achieve those goals, that gives you the confidence to do it again. All right, let's move over to Substack. Substack's coming to Canada. Welcome, Substack, to Canada. When smart turns into lonely, you see, when smart turns into lonely, you see patterns fast and you connect those dots before other people do. Adams Quinney over at Substack calls it brilliance. But the question is, what do you do with it? Well, some men hide it to fit in. Others swing it around to control the room. But there's both options that still kill the connection. According to Quinney, the better play is to use insight to help, not to flex. So if you're a leader, this is everything. Like we say here in the lab, the goal is not to be right. Well, yeah, it is actually, especially when Anderson's not around. Nah, it's out here to get results. True story. All right, last one. I love this one. This is a good one, actually, guys. All right, last one is we're going to get into LinkedIn. Oh, no. We're going to have, you know what, Neiman? I think we found it, actually. I think we found our segment for LinkedIn. And it goes like this. Is this AI slop or not? You guys spent some time on the networks lately? It's just full of AI slop. Yeah. So this one here, we got somebody spewing slop around how when the work slows down, you get less stressed. When you get stuff later together, then you blink and time has passed. This guy says the fix is not a grand gesture. No, he says that the fix is the family first stuff. Phone down at dinner, 10 minutes of play. Yeah. It's funny when you do this show on a daily basis, it's easy to see so much of the fluffery out there. And I guess, if anything, it's actually motivating me to continue digging into what we are building here, which is the simplicity of what we build here. A daily live conversation that delivers truth. Truth around the sense of not much rocket science, actually. Get your sleep, get your water, get your protein, go lift some weights, repeat. Spend time with your family, repeat. Right? So, but yet we find so many of these, what are we going to call them, Neiman? Thought leaders offering us regurgitated AI slop. Here's the question I have, though, actually. Do people really believe some of this stuff? I'm asking for a friend, Neiman. Just asking. Like, is some of it actually legitimate shit? I'm asking for a friend. All right. Hey, Maya, do you believe some of this stuff too? Or are you as full of BS as the stuff we read sometimes? Let's get after it.
So, Nation, when you will wait until you're ready, who benefits from that? You or your fear? Because fear loves two tricks. It makes your work feel like a verdict. It makes your brilliance feel like a weapon. And it makes your family feel like something you can get back to later. So check yourself today. Where are you chasing being impressive instead of being present? And what would change if you treated the next rep as practice, not proof?
Sure. This is when we have these hookups that we don't know what's going on here. It's funny, actually, because I think the video. So here, hey, Melissa, we were talking about yesterday. I did not see the video play. So I don't know if it played. I don't know if it ran, but it did not play on my side here. So one of the things we might want to figure out, guys, is so I believe you that it played, but I can tell you that as the host, and it because it happened yesterday with Whitaker and it happened to me as well. So I don't know. Maybe it's setting things up on. I got to be honest with you, I don't know. I just know that, and I don't know what the viewer saw. So if the viewer, I guess we should check out YouTube to see if the viewer saw me standing here like a tool, or if the viewer saw us actually running the show live. Hey, is that the Mornings in the Live channel? It is the Mornings in the Live channel, 100%. I'm gonna have to talk to Jorge. We want to have the horizontal stream there instead of the vertical stream up there. But you guys can come watch the show. Come check it out. Morningsinthelab.live. You guys will see our show there live every single day, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Morningsinthelab.live is where you will find our show every single day, Monday to Friday. Morningsinthelab.live or mitl.live. Guys, we got a brand new site. It's launched. We got some polls going up there. No, Jimmy, I don't got any poll jokes. No, yeah, sure. I don't know if Cheryl's heard any of my poll jokes. Cheryl, you'll have to ask me sometime for my poll jokes because they're pretty good. Yeah, they're very good poll jokes. But yeah, we got polls, we got the daily question, the daily opinion, we got highlights. We're going to be adding a bunch of new cool things to the companion app. The goal is, if you scroll to the top there, Jim, the goal is you guys can follow along with the show. You'll see there that there's a little drop down that shows you what we're talking about, what's coming up on the show, and so forth. So it is built as a companion app for your mobile. So Sullivan, I know you tune in on a daily basis. I appreciate that. Same with you, Holroyd. Well, you guys can be even closer to the community as we launch this companion app. And what we're also doing is giving you guys the ability to check in and show your accountability, whether it's with your own picture or a generated picture. We're hoping to get folks lined up around just a daily check-in, some daily accountability. Maybe not hitting the snooze button. Maybe these things that can help us achieve goals that get in the way with by using the everyman stuff. So, all right, listen, I'm going to do some pivoting over here, and we're going to start walking onto the lab here, and I'm going to make this sound over here like this. All right. Guys, today, 5 o'clock Eastern time, the Jason Hewlett Show dropping right here on Mornings in the Lab Network. Jason's got some fun things talking about here today, so I hope you guys will tune in live, of course, with Jason. And hey, every Wednesday, 8:30 Eastern time, the Cheryl Whitaker Show. It's called It Starts With Joy Live. Cheryl dropped her first one yesterday. It was awesome. I would invite you to go check out her cast of characters. You got Beatrice over there. You got Atlas over there. And of course, you got the incomparable Cheryl Raphael Whitaker dropping conversations around joy and leadership and things that will help you move your life forward. And of course, we go live Monday to Friday right here on morningsinthelab.live. Tomorrow, we got Dr. John Petrocelli joining us in the lab, and we got another guest as well. Hey, Jimmy, who do we have tomorrow on the show too, man? I got to pull it out of my pocket here. We have somebody else tomorrow as well. I know we do. Let's see who gets it done faster. Let's see who gets it done faster there, team. Tomorrow, we got Lonnie Bedwell. Lonnie Bedwell, along with Dr. Don Petrocelli, live, 8 o'clock, morningsinthelab.live. That's where you'll find our show, 8 o'clock Eastern time. We'll see you guys tomorrow.